Hi there, welcome to the Call to Cinema. My name is Aaron, and this here is Malcolm. We are going to be talking about the big announcements today.
Yes.
Are you excited about these announcements today?
I'm really excited because there's stuff that I never thought would ever be released on Blu-ray.
I gotta agree, and I gotta get this. It's just I apologize. Like it's just going to take me a second, but I got to get like the stuff up here so I can see people's comments and everything.
Hey, Elvin. Hey, Mike. Hey, William. And the stud
Donna,
has
Mike, William. Hey, everybody. So I'm very excited about the announcements, but there's I gotta it's hot, so I gotta take this off. This is too much. So no, Malcolm, just one thing before we go any further.
Yep.
We probably should talk about the Kino stuff.
Yes.
Too, because there's some pretty big stuff coming up, and there's a slight clue to it in Wham Press, but it's very, very much too hot for that. Hey there, Jason, man, welcome. Ilsa.
Hey, Jason.
All right, but I got to take this off as well.
All right. Hello, everybody. Glad I caught this one early. Hey, Vince.
The fuck did you see me? No. The other cat?
It does seem that way sometimes, but you know what? It's nice that some are finally getting released on Blu-ray, 4K. You know, I'd rather films that haven't been get released, obviously, than films that, you know, go 10th anniversary, 15th anniversary, 20th anniversary. Hey, Eddie.
I mean, like, it's exciting. Hey, welcome there. Welcome, Amber. Ragnarok, Vince, Eddie, man.
It did look like Donald Pleasance. You're right, Elvin.
Like Donald Pleasance. There we go. Then I can do the Donald Pleasance thing for Halloween.
You could be Donald Pleasance. I could be Michael Myers.
That's it. Malcolm.
I've got the hype for it.
The Devil's Eyes.
Yes.
Kino Cult's real deal. We're talking about this, and let's dive into this before we go any further. We were talking about this before he came online. We actually hours before he came online.
Yeah.
Because basically, what looks to be happening right now is Kino, which has done a bit of cult stuff in the past, and even got their whole kind of cult aspect to it, are going all in. Because let's face it, it's the cult collectors, it's that niche group that's become the group right now.
Yeah.
It's the ones that's being catered towards.
Definitely.
And I think this and Lorna and like the other announcements we're going to talk about today are going to be a big key to talking about that. And even when I wore the Columbo coat a second ago, that's the whole part of it. That's the whole aspect of collectors that are actually like looking towards like that style stuff, whether it was Columbo or it was their Kolchak or the Master. These are things that people are watching, people are buying.
Yeah. And the fact they're releasing the complete set of Columbo as well, instead of just one season at a time, is awesome.
Well, it's a 70s edition of Columbo, so it's a good Columbo. So I got all of the Columbo on DVD. Will I be buying the Blu-ray? Will you be buying the Blu-ray upgrade of Columbo?
Probably not, unless it comes over here, because obviously they don't ship here. So I might do, but it might be one of those things that gets a release over here anyway. But I think if I could, I would.
For me, it's probably a given. I'm a massive Columbo fan, and here's something to know. Me and my better half I get going through Columbo right now. We're at season 4, but it was before this. So we're doing before this. So let's start with Columbo because that's how I kind of started, and let's look at the features that are included.
Sure.
Now this is going to be a Blu-ray, so just for the people that don't know. It's Columbo the 70s or Columbo on its initial network. Columbo changed networks when it returned. So the original Columbo was 7 seasons right here.
Okay.
And this is the entirety of it there. Now, that being said, just one more thing. We'll do that again. I probably should wait. There we go, because I actually got a reason to do it. See, Columbo came back.
The TV movies, right?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
went from 1989 right up to 2003 when the last Columbo one was done.
Yeah.
So let's see it.
Oh,
It has-
look at that beauty. That says it's 5 seasons.
It says 5. I'm not sure it would be. Would the first 5 be the? It should be 7, unless they're doing them differently. So let's just see what we got here.
Oh, you got the cheapo set.
No, seasons 1 to 7. It's just, I guess, it's put into 5 sets.
That's a bit annoying, isn't it?
Well, Blu-ray is so restored in 4K by Universal Pictures. They already stated, they said, well, should we wait? Some people asked, so should we wait to get a 4K release of this? And they pretty much let us know pretty early on there wasn't going to be a 4K release of this. This is as good as it's going to get. And honestly, it's a TV show from the 1970s. Blu-ray is good. Not everything needs to be a 4K. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
And I think people get too caught up in that nowadays. So we get new audio commentaries for Prescription Murder, Blueprint for Murder, Stitch and Crime. I'm going to get through it as fast as I can, guys. Friend Indeed, Troubled Waters, Last Salute to the Commodore, Try and Catch Me from author Mark. I'm not going to.
Are they all new special features, or are they carried over with some new ones?
No, these are all new because there's no feature. The only features that were on this that probably aren't going to be on this here were episodes of Mrs. Columbo. Because there's no features on Columbo. There's no
Are they
commentary.
having is there a special interview with Mrs. Columbo to talk to us about Peter Falk?
See, here's the thing. Did you ever see Miss Columbo? Do you know the story?
I had no idea about it until you told me about it a while back.
Okay, so Kate Mulligan, who would go on to be, of course, in Star Trek, was chosen to play Columbo, like the Mrs. Columbo, the female version of kind of his wife. Now, Peter Falk never agreed to it and never believed of the character as Columbo. Actually, in the second season, he changed her completely to the point where she's almost not like Mrs. Columbo. She's kind of her own. She literally kind of becomes her own character, and it makes more sense because she doesn't work. From what you know about Columbo's wife and what you hear from the shows, and especially rewatching this recently, it just doesn't work. She doesn't fit the look of what Columbo's wife would be. I remember there's an episode in the 4th season, and it's the one about the fitness guy.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
So, and he's talking about, like he said, well, you saved my wife's life because she was really depressed, and when Mrs. Columbo gets depressed, you know what she eats. Everybody. So she put on like a bit of weight. And I said, so she got off the weight and stuff like that. So a little bit. I don't want my girls to be thin. It's not my thing. He said, but she got so interested in watching it and eating all these like foods and stuff, these different foods that I can't eat, that she forgot to be depressed. So very much not what Kate Mulligan is. So that's not included on here, I don't think. So that's okay because that's kind of its own thing. But there's new commentaries. As you can see, there's new by every one of these here.
Yeah.
And commentaries on every one of the episodes. Some of these are going to have like multiple commentaries on episodes. Obviously, we're getting 2 cuts of Etude in Black, which is the very first episode of Columbo. The pilot.
Nice.
The pilot episode of Columbo, guys, was done back in 1968. The series didn't start up again, I think, until maybe 1972. But the pilot, like, he looks different in the pilot. Like, he had his suit, it's much more pressed, kind of looks really well. His hair is well kept. Very much different than what he would do when he actually did the series. We also get we get a booklet on here, optional music and effects audio tracks for every single episode. Like Slipcover, we saw that there. And it's the first 7 seasons, 20 disc collection. So you got like 5 Blu-rays per set. So that's actually comes out to, I think, 40 something episodes.
It's 4, isn't it? 4 Blu-rays per set.
Well, yeah. So 4 per. Let me do my math. I suck at math. Yeah,
4
you're
per
right.
case. Yeah.
4 per case because it's 5 sets. And if you had told me like it's a 7 season show and it was like 4 per case, like normally you kind of be a little bit worried, right?
Yeah.
But Columbo is a movie series. It always was. So you're never getting like a 44-minute episode of Columbo. It's always 1.5 long, and often it's not a lot on each one. But so the first, like, it'll go up to the 7th season. So you're gonna get some Jamie Lee Curtis. If you're a fan of like Halloween, she shows up in one season, along with like Shatner and Kim Cattrall, so people like that.
Yeah.
So it's really good to see this because I recently I got McMillan Wife. This was another series came out around.
I like McMillan and Wife.
Great show. Although they killed off the wife in the last season because they did.
Yeah, they killed her off, didn't they? Because she didn't like being with Rock Hudson.
She wanted more money. she rightfully, well, Rock Hudson was getting a lot more money than she was. So it gets at the 4th season. She said, I think, it's a McMillan Wife. I guess we should have the wife actually kind of making close money to what Rock Hudson's making. And he said, well, I guess we're killing off the wife, which was a massive mistake because the last season, McMillan is not solid. But anyway, to get back to the story, so I put it on and I've had it for a while. In these here kind of cases, well, who's right here, and started skipping.
Oh no!
Started freezing up and skipping a bit. Had to like turn off the Blu-ray player twice before I got it to work.
Oh, good.
So
that just came in time.
Yeah. So the thought of having like one of these in like, now that was McMillan Wife. Hasn't been put out on Blu-ray yet. So yeah.
If it does, it'll probably be released for VEI, visual entertainment. They did terrible work.
Well, here's the thing. Like now that Columbo's been released through Kino, there's possibilities for other ones. I want a McCloud series. Like I like McCloud. I was a big Dennis Weaver fan. Yeah. Love the country guy in the city type of thing. If you watch my video that I did yesterday on Texas Chainsaw Massacre, guys, then you know that I'm actually I'm a country guy. I grew up.
Did anyone else comment on it?
I got a couple comments on it. Most people were commenting on the fact that it was different from like the other. And some people reached out to me and told me that's different from what they expected for a Texas Chainsaw video, which was kind of what I wanted. But also, I think it's the doors have opened up, Warlock, when it comes to Kino, because we're going to talk about what they released for 2024 in a second, and I think that's the one everybody.
I'll be honest. I think these are the top releases Kino needs to be doing because when I think of Kino years ago, they're releasing a lot of classic stuff which I liked. And then they started releasing things like The Great Escape and all that on 4K. And that's great and all. But I wanted stuff that was a little bit more, like old and obscure and not really easy to grab. So
here you go. Here it is with Kino's new cult line. Last Shrew Alien Outlaw. I know my dad
I'm doing the Columbo film commentaries.
Massive amount of commentaries. Who's doing the commentaries on there? I can actually find that out for you really quickly because there's a few people doing the commentaries. So, well, I'll try to do the ones that I can pronounce, okay? So we have commentaries from Amanda Reyes, and, she's the authority when it comes to this. Scott Skelton, David Koenig, Jerry Girani, Jim Benson. We got ones here by Mark Dawood, whatever, whose name I can't pronounce. Selected commentaries includes like excerpted interviews as well. So you're gonna have like Peter Falk, like Dick Van Dyke, Patrick McGowan, Vincent Price, Martin Sheen, like interview clippets about the episodes, like spliced into some of these here commentaries, which is actually a brilliantly wonderful thing to do. Lee Grant. So now can you imagine like you're watching the Vincent Price one and someone's like doing the Comtron and then someone get like that snippet like Vincent Price talking about that episode of Columbo.
That'd be awesome.
It's amazing. And that's what they're doing here. So we're getting a lot of different commentaries. We're getting like an episode guide here with this as well. Kino Cult line. What have we got? What was number one on Kino Cult? I do apologize because I don't remember which one was number one.
What number is this one?
This is number 2. Alien Outlaws number 2. It's Lash LaRue, big Western star in back in the day. You get a 4K restoration. You get a slipcover. Beautifully done. You get reversible artwork on here.
Lorna is number 1.
Which one?
Lorna is number 1, Eddie says.
So Lorna. Okay. So Lorna the Exorcist is number 1. Thank you, Eddie.
The Dark Power is number 1. That's what Jason said.
The Dark Power. I used to have that actually. Not a legit copy of it because you can never get a legit copy of it. Had like a VHS rip of it that I had ripped on the DVD, and my dad had ripped on the DVD for me.
Maybe Lorna's number 3 because I think that was announced after this one.
Okay, so that means that we'll definitely get to that one. So feature wise, we know that we're getting 2 audio commentaries for.
I love the cover.
It's exciting. They came from the swamps. Phil Smoot and cast, and new archival interviews, featurettes, and more. So we got a whole and more thing. Get announced out of order. There you go. But I think this is the one that's going to excite like everybody, at least.
Just like the VSLs.
This is the Ilsa. And this is not just an Ilsa set. This is a 4K set, by the way, guys.
Yeah. I jumped up and down when I heard about this.
You sent me the message. I didn't see it.
I lifted my wife up. I ran across the room and everything. And I'm serious. I was so excited. Ilsa is one of those films is that I've wanted in decent, proper quality for years.
I am stunned. And
I agree, Glenn. Academy Award movies, definitely.
So here's the thing. Me and Dad have been talking over the last couple of days about like a 4K player. I'm wearing him. I'm wearing him down.
I've been wearing him down. I'm the one who keeps saying we get a 4K player. Try to take the fun back.
And so he's like, "You're not taking them this time." But he looks towards, hopefully, fingers crossed, getting one. And I told Dad, I sent him a message. I'm like, Dad, I think I know what one of your first 4K buys is going to be. Because Dad, like me, is like a huge fan of these Dan Thorne films.
Imagine that. If it was from Severin, it'd be like $100 odd.
Yeah, it'd be $100 American. Plus, then you'd convert it over. Then you'd have to put on the shipping, and we'd be paying $250 for this, like at the very least. Which I can't believe people complain about that.
Yeah,
you're finally getting it.
People complain because they've got nothing else better to do.
Drives me, man. Hey, Swift, welcome, man.
Just be happy that they're finally coming out.
I love the Blue.
Hey, Swift. Everything's now from Blue Bow. I hope you enjoy it.
I wouldn't be surprised. They put something there with them. They wouldn't come with the riding crop because if they would have done that, then would have done it right with like one of the early sets where I wanted them to put like, I won't say, but yeah. So we know that this is a 4K release. It's going to have all 4 films, of course.
Is it 4 discs? Oh, it's coming in 2024, so it won't be coming out this year. Oh.
No, not coming out this year. But it gives you time, guys. You got lots of time to save up for your Ilsa set. Brand new HDR Dolby Vision Masters. So it's not just HDR, by the way, guys. It's the Dolby Vision Master.
I can't wait. I really can't wait for this. This is the most exciting news I think I've heard in a while.
It is incredible. We haven't even looked at the Severin set yet. We're going to look at both of this, but like I wanted to go in with this first because 1, that coat is heavy, and and 2, it's just there's just been something. It's Kino has brought their A+ game, not even their A game, their A+ game to this here. God, there's so many freaking things in there. I just want to get down to the other announcements. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's annoying, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Twitter got so much better when they changed it.
Like Christmas in August. I agree with you, Uzi.
It's like Christmas. It is. I mean, like this is a great time for announcements. I'm going to bring Kino up. I'm just going to do that. Some Kino over store.
What do you think about what was in the Severin bags?
What was in the Severin bags?
I think like 4 movies, or 3 movies or something. I think I can't remember what the movies were.
Well,
I saw like a quick picture, so
unless I have those movies, not a lot.
there it is.
There we go. So number 1 is Lorna the Exorcist. There you go, guys.
I love that cover.
It is gorgeous. That's Leonora. Oh God, yes, Jess Franco.
Well, it says $16.
Yep. These are not like expensive things, by the way, guys. Like this is why you want a Kino to release this, and not a Severin to release this. Severin's releasing lots of good stuff. We got lots of good stuff coming from Severin. But look at this here. We got the stuff I'm pretty sure was carried over from the Mondo release, like the Stephen Thrower, the interview with Pamela Stanford, the interview with the filmmaker. But we get a brand new audio commentary from Tim Lucas. And I love me Tim Lucas commentary, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you've got any of those like Mary Baba ones, then you know like just how good these Tim Lucas things are. I want to get all these.
I almost bought this the other day for 52 quid off eBay on DVD.
Yeah, good. You missed it by that.
To answer your question, Warlock, I've seen that they've been shipping some of the stuff like Nightmare out, but I haven't had any notice on mine. And people have been saying they've been missing stuff from their orders, so they don't know what's going on. So I don't know what's going on other than that. That's the newest update.
Yeah.
I hope that helps you.
I love this artwork for Dark Power, man. The Dark Power.
It's very nice, isn't it?
Another like Phil Smoot movie with Lash LaRue. So we're getting like maybe
a couple.
Phil Smoot's done. Just see if there's any more coming out. Dean Johnson in this one. New 4K restoration. Terror of the Tar Heel State. A new featurette with the director and cast. Audio commentary with the director and cast and crew. Interview with the editor. I'm kind of wondering if is Columbo here yet? Like, can we get a price on that?
I would think it would be. Is it on this?
Recently got announced, so sometimes it won't be.
No,
I don't think it is yet. But the fact that these like Kino cults are starting at like $16, that's pretty freaking incredible, man.
Yeah,
and they got like a nice slipcover with these here. You know, for people that are into slipcovers that likes this stuff, like hell yeah.
Yeah.
Like, who's gonna like? Here's the thing. Do you want a slipcover or do you not want a slipcover?
I want a slipcover.
Exactly. If there's a slipcover there, of course you want it. And if you don't want slipcovers, then you take it and you put your slipcover away and you sell it to somebody online. It doesn't matter.
I'll be getting that Lorna the Exorcist slipcover. I'll be slipping it over something else. You know what I'm saying?
We got the Jess Franco Mondo DVDs go for crazy money. That is so insanely true, man. Unfortunately.
I just want to say this quickly.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for my Men Behind the Sun sets to ship as well. And I saw that they're individual. So they're individual, like Blu-rays with steps. And as for Severin, Uzi says Psychic is the hold-up. Well, I don't know why there should be a hold-up because they said they were getting it all in the same time as Emmanuel says, but they were going to focus on shipping Emmanuel's first. So technically, they had plenty of time to get one in if it was late. So,
So I'm going to bring up some of the Severin announcements right here. That's why I'm taking the thing off so I can do that because I got to go to my Facebook for that.
And so Jason doesn't feel like we ignored him. It has been a great week for announcements, definitely.
Yeah,
5 announcements from Culture Shock and 2 from Television, and then all the others today. It's amazing.
So anybody tells you like that, physical media is dead or anything like that, they have no idea what they're talking about.
Nope.
They're full of the S word, is what we're going to say. Such a dad thing to say like that,
I don't know if I think Severin gets way ahead of themselves, Jason. I think what happens is they just keep making up excuses and not doing what they should be doing. I mean, they could work on the thing sooner. I don't know. Obviously, I don't run a company like Severin or, places like Television, you know what I mean? Whatever the label. So I don't really know, but that's just how it feels, Exactly, quality control. That's what I would say.
quality control has been like it's a thing now. It seems like everybody's trying to rush to beat everybody else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's I guess we can say it now. Challenge of the Tiger is one of the clones of Bruce Lee box set.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the clones,
Which
the
is
clones
great
box
because
set
that was another Mondo I was going to buy.
was it really? Actually, I got that
Yeah.
one.
It was in the dough pack on DVD with what's his name? You know, the one with the short guy. It was like double something or other. I can't remember. I'm trying not to be rude.
Yeah, I got it actually. I got it over there.
Yeah, when other companies can get stuff,
double features.
Other companies can get stuff out in a timely manner consistently, being late with excuses doesn't go. No, I agree with all of them. It's going to be almost 2 months since we bought from them.
That's because you should if you got something, wait to put it out. Wait until you're ready. Once you
or at least give us an update.
It looks like, from what I see here as well, and I think it was Ryan from Disconnected actually that because I think he was there at the pop-up event. That a couple things were announced, including a new Severin documentary on 70s Spanish horror.
Oh,
called Exorcismo. But let's I gotta be very careful.
Could that be another box set?
Yes, of course it is. if it's a Severin documentary, there's gonna be a set coming down the road. But let's look into this stuff here because there's a lot of great stuff here to look into. Oh no, wrong way.
No.
All right, so we got the Spider's Labyrinth. Do you know this one? It's from 1988.
Yeah, I don't know it. I remember the title.
The spider part kind of makes me nervous, but I know it's a title that I'm probably going to want. William Berger's in it, and I like William Berger. So there's that Gianfranco. So what has he done that I know? Valentino. Okay, yeah, so that not a lot actually. I don't remember a lot about Spider's Labyrinth. If I've seen this, I don't remember very well. Do you remember this one at all?
I remember the cover because I remember seeing it a long time ago, but I can't tell you anything other than basically remembering the title.
Couch says it's really good. But yeah, like Uzi says right there, an update is fine for me. Used to air 4444, just taking like 4 to 6 months. Like if it's like I'd rather them just wait. Like I'm okay with waiting, as long as when I get it, I'm not gonna be getting a replacement disc down the road or waiting for something to do. Get the quality control issues done first. But yeah, no, this is creeping me out. We're moving this away from this right now. But Challenge of the Tiger is Bruce Lee, Ellie, and Richard Harrison. I think we actually mentioned this on one of my Patreon streams because I showed my Mondo stuff on there, and that I mentioned the nude girl tennis scene. Remember?
Yeah.
Because there's Richard Harrison just standing around, sitting around, and there's 2 nude girls playing tennis in the background.
I remember what you said, Nathan. You said my favorite Bruce Lee movie of all time is Challenge of the Tiger.
There you go.
And I said, but that's not a real Bruce Lee movie. And you said,
it's real to me.
Yeah, it is. And I was shaking my head the whole time.
It's real to me, man. It's real to me.
He was still alive, damn it.
Don't you know we just went into the woods to come out years later? That was legit when I was a kid. That was a rumor that went around, by the way.
That's it. For your heart only. It's right there. That was the one that's on it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hello, Jimmy.
Getting a 4K edition of Cemetery Man.
Yes, finally. A good quality print.
I am going to carefully go back and try to show you a picture of Cemetery Man.
We can see that heart scene that everybody loves in 4K.
I totally don't remember what scene you're talking about. That is right there. It's Rupert Everett. It is based on the Italian Comic series, Dylan Dog. There actually is a Dylan Dog movie out there too, by the way, with Brandon Routh, right?
Yep.
And this one has the absolutely stunning Anna Felci in it. And
Let's see that body.
supposed to be part of a box set too. Ooh, so this would probably be part of the Spanish horror box set then.
Oh.
This is Italian though. Unless
I
there's no
want
Spanish connection
Severin.
here.
I want Severin to release a set called the 4K Get 'em Out set.
Come on. Do I want to know? Do I want to know, man? Do I want to know?
Oh, Warlock says no. The Lee was part of the box set.
Oh yeah, the Lee is part of a looks like a Clones of Bruce Lee box set because he did a Clones of Bruce Lee documentary.
Was it in the article? Was it in the Severin article? Does anybody remember? Was it on that pamphlet, the movie? Because if it was, then that means all of them are in it, and if not, it means there's others in it.
It was in there. It was mentioned by I saw it tweeted by Disconnected that it was so this was the tweet, and this is courtesy of Ryan from Disconnected. So if you haven't seen his channel, Ryan the Disconnected, he has a big show on every Thursday, and does a ton of stuff. He's been on our channel a few times. Really nice guy. So what he said, because he was there, was according to Severin Films at their Super Shock pop-up event tonight, they're able to wrestle the rights away for Cemetery Man, coming soon on 4K from Severin. He also mentioned The Spider Labyrinth from 1988, The Devil's Exorcist from 1975, Count Dracula from 1970, and Exorcismo, a 2023 Spanish horror documentary based like 70s Spanish horror. They teased the release of the 1980 film Stir and revealed that Challenge of the Tiger is part of the many Clones of Bruce Lee box set. Now, I think a lot of us kind of behind the scenes have known for a while about the many Clones of Bruce Lee box set, but until I saw somebody legitimately talk about it online, I was going to say, keep your mouth shut type thing.
Yeah.
We're not who from Twitter that can't seem to do that.
Yep.
I only have the Shameless DVD. I really don't. I wish I could say I did. I actually checked through my Shameless collection, and the only Mikhail Salve thing I have is I think the Church from. I have the Demons movies, of course. Everybody has those.
Did you like the Church?
I actually love the Church. A lot of people hate it, but I dug it. You didn't like it?
No, I liked it. I thought it was great. I like the ending the best though.
I liked it. I like this. I like the sect too. I got the sect on Scorpion.
Great atmosphere.
Yeah. Kelly, Kelly Curtis, she's Jamie Curtis' sister. She's not in a lot of stuff. Anchor Bay DVD. I used to have that Anchor Bay DVD. Jason.
The guy from Holby City was in the Church as well, which was a bit weird to watch.
Oh, was he really?
Yeah.
Bingham's the only company worth collecting slipcovers, in my opinion.
Long opinion.
Yes, they do amazing slipcovers, but Severin have upped their slipcover game. For me, some people are like, I gotta have the really hard slipcovers. It's got to be type thing. But the soundtrack on Church is incredible, Charlie. I will 100% agree with that.
It is on most Italian horror films, to be fair.
No, unless they're like, okay, we got I don't know, Charlie Moonshine and the Spoons. So from that, then yeah, it's usually good. The Sec definitely needs a rewatch. I got to rewatch the Sec too. It's been a while since I've seen it. Mike, actually, I'll probably do a double feature of the Church and the Sec. That'll actually be a nice double feature. But I like these here from Kino. I really do. I like the way that their slipcovers are going. Yeah. I've got it right here, and I'll show you guys because I was going to show off some Kino cult stuff. Well, before Kino cult, Kino put out cult films, and I picked out a few. But this right here, if Gino was here today, he'd be really stoked. This is the mysterious Dr. Fu Manchu and the return of Dr. Fu Manchu. Artwork is still, it's the same.
Stage Fright classic.
But I absolutely adore that this slipcover is part of it.
I think
I'm
my
a,
biggest problem, Kino slipcovers for the most part, they're quite flimsy.
well, most slipcovers were like in the day, like slipcovers that were put
Yeah, but
on
that's
there and
fairly
were
new,
like,
isn't it? That's fairly new out.
yeah, I'm like, maybe they'll eventually get there. But I'm going to say something that's going to be controversial. Are you ready for controversy? Are you ready for
Sure.
me to shake your world? I don't like when it comes to like a box, okay? A box set. Like, then yeah, I prefer a hard box all the time. That's what he said, right? But but when it
Beat me
comes to
to it.
slipcovers, and I'm going to be bluntly honest with you, I don't care. Is that still
Oh,
if the slipcover looks nice, and it's easy to take care of. I'm good. I mean, like there's like this. This is good enough for me. The artwork on it's fantastic. If you look at any of those, like look at the Dark Power right there. Artwork's going to be the same on the inside. It's probably going to
yeah.
be same material as this here. But I will say this right now. Does that not look like great art? Like, isn't like in my
It's
opinion, I think
nice.
that's fantastic art. Two, you're getting a slipcover that's giving you more like more there.
More
So like
protection
right
of your
here,
disc.
yeah, like this here looks great, right? But
Yeah.
wouldn't this look a little bit better, even if it's the same artwork, with the slip cover over it, like kind of covering up the blue?
Yeah.
That's all I need, man. I'm a simple person, Malcolm. I'm a simple guy.
Okay, cool. Then I'll send you a whole lot of plain looking slips. You can send me all the vinegar syndrome ones.
I'll just sell. I actually, I was going to sell my vinegar center slips if I came. I really was. Because I was like, I can make some money. Like people like spend a lot of money on these. But I'm like, no, wait a minute. I spent money on these. Damn it. I keep my slip covers. But yeah, no, I lost. Like I think like at least 3 people left. No, 4 people left because I said, slips are not exactly did people just leave because I said it?
Well,
Because I gave
30. Well, we've got 36 watches, so I think I think more people came in.
35. Look at that. Jinxing us, Malcolm. Jinxing us.
Oh no, Beastmaster Magnetic box is hard to beat. I agree.
It's a fantastic set. Like that is gorgeous.
I think that's the cream of the crop when it comes to that kind of set at the minute.
Oh, the VSUs are fantastic. Like 100% much better Warlock than those fridge magnets.
Oh, not the Doris Wishman ones.
No, George Wishman's a whole other beast, man. Love George Wishman. At least you know to put a movie together without and edit it.
What?
Something I can't say when I'm watching Beaks.
Oh, he's got to bring it up. He's so angry about it.
Kamehameha.
The anger was real.
But yeah, the Beastmasters, the VSU set from Vinegar Syndrome, they really deserve like kudos for what they've done with that. And I'll say, like, too, Indicator, the way that their box sets have done, it just has been incredible stuff. If all goes to plan, we're doing a lenticular slip for the refrigerator.
Oh, that's what the lenticular. That's it. Oh, please let be the door opening up and opening, and then naked one being behind it, and then closing again. Oh, you heard it here, guys. Lenticular on the way.
What do I think of the term slip sluts? Do I consider like? Do I think like it's a bad thing? I mean, in all honesty, when people complain about like people for liking something, like whether it's a slip cover or lenticular or a movie or chromium cover, I come from the days like Darth Sidious. I come the days of comics. Like I'm a 90s comic guy when we had like holographic covers and like chromium covers and all that type of stuff. Give me all that stuff. Like I love that stuff. Lenticular covers.
I don't know if anybody remembers, but when a few years ago when we were in lockdown, all right, we couldn't get toilet paper.
Yeah.
All right. So what did I do? I used to rip the books and do use that.
Did you actually like the toilet paper?
Yeah.
Because it was like, I remember like, people were going crazy. Like, we're going, no, we're not going to have to. Everybody had it. It was like,
I said to my wife, we've got plenty of books. We can use that.
Malcolm, my friend. But I mean, I love the fact. I mean, like of that, and I think why get upset because somebody gets joy from something else?
Yeah.
That's just pretty miserable, right? Like my
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if someone gets the joy from hurting people, then that's for them, not for me.
No, I mean, like if somebody does something about it, like slipcovers, like if you like slips and you're into slipcovers, Bullet Blake, right?
Sure.
He comes on like Jose's channel a lot, like
Totally.
Magic Chaos. It's his thing. He collects slipcovers and he wants to get them all. And mid-level media like goes on TikTok sometimes. He shows off some movies. He shows off some slipcovers and stuff like that. There's always some idiot trolling and saying, "Oh well, I don't like slipcovers. I just like the movie." You can like both. I mean, you can't, and it's okay not to, but it's not okay to like rag on somebody else because they.
I'll be honest. For me, I'm more likely to buy if it's got a slipcover because I feel like it's worth a few extra pounds than it is without one, especially if it's a decent slipcover and it has a versatile art inside or lenticular or whatnot, because to me it adds to it a bit more. And then what I do is I get it, I open it up, I watch it, and then I put in a protector.
That's the thing, man. I want this lenticular, man.
Ooh. Hello, Alan.
Hey, Alan, welcome, dude. This is a good, easy way to get the culture shock releasings in Canada. Yeah, I married the movie.
I hope there's these way getting in the UK.
Okay, well, maybe you and the movie can get a room.
Important physical bias. It's a physical medium. I agree.
Yeah.
I've said yes and no's.
Yeah, physical bias, physical medium.
Nothing failing slipcover protectors to me. Don't you ever heard of this? You need a slipcover to protect the case. Okay, you need the disc to protect you need the case to protect the disc. Then you need the slipcover to protect the case that protects the disc. And then you need the slipcover protector to protect the slipcover that protects the case but protects the disc so that you've got that even extra protection. I'm shocked by that comment.
And then you got to put it on a shelf because you want to protect it, and you can't leave it just lying around anywhere. And in that shelf, between like your movie companies, you put a slider to designate which movie company.
Exactly. And if someone comes around and they've got sticky fingers, how do you know they're not going to hurt it?
It's like when you're saying that, I thought about like that song from your kid. I know no lady that swallowed a fly. I don't know why she swallowed the fly.
Yeah. Perhaps you'll die.
You'll get the 2 Gunsmoke reunion movies. I love Gunsmoke. Yeah. I'll never forget Gunsmoke, man. Wrap it up. Yeah, keep it have you learned nothing from those safe sex movies in the and things that from back in the day? Keep it protected.
Yep, always.
Wrap it up, guys. Protection. Protection's important.
Jimmy says, Malcolm, home run, mate. Nice.
There you go.
Okay.
And you do. It's true. Like I don't have any slipcover covers. Not because I don't want any, because I'll tell you one thing right now. Anytime I see you like pull out like one of your movies and it's got the nice slipcover cover on it, looks incredible.
It does, too.
It looks great. So there's not, and I know from moving from Canada to freaking Morocco, like moving continents. There you go, Malcolm, the best guest.
Hey,
that it's not easy to keep these things in good condition. Now, this came in my backpack from Canada, and this is how it looks, which I think is fantastic.
Well, I got one up on you. I put my master, the Jet Li one from A8 Films with the slipcover, in my luggage on the outside, the outside zip bit, right?
Yeah.
And it went flying everywhere, and it wasn't damaged. I mean, I can't believe it. It's mental.
So slipcovers I'm bringing show. I mean, because the quality's there. I mean, like this, I'm super stoked. Here's one that's got beaten up a bit, got beaten around a lot. It's a box. It's a slip box. This is my Pete Walker collection one.
Yeah,
I love this thing here. I'm a huge fan of Pete Walker.
I'm looking forward to the UK version.
Yeah, good. That'll be a great one to get. See, man. And it's a little late coming because here we are. This is he's from the UK, man. Why don't you have it already?
Yeah, that's for me.
But yeah, this movie freaked me out so much. Frightmare. Oh, crikey. Scene
I've
on
heard that, Jason. I've heard that. Squarespace has been calculating incorrect shipping numbers. I've heard that quite a lot recently.
Have they really?
Yeah.
No, I did not know.
Because most people have been saying contact us directly for the right ones. That must be really frustrating. For the companies, I mean.
Definitely. Nothing worse than a damaged slipcover. Well, I kind of got to disagree because a few years back I fell down and damaged my hand.
Hold on, you fell down and damaged your hand.
It's called epilepsy. so yeah.
Oh, it was from that, was it? Sorry.
I had a seizure, and we had like a glass like coffee table.
Yeah.
And I just went down, right?
Yeah.
So when I woke up, like my hand was like a bit swollen and bloody, and I was like, maybe I should go to the doctor. And I said, I'll wait to see if it comes out, if it like kind of the swelling goes down.
And it did.
No, it was like 3 times the size in the morning. And so I went there, and the doctor, I said, well, shouldn't I start doing like, what's the word? Like the rehab for my hand.
Yeah.
And he said, no, we're going to let it like set a bit first, and we're going to wait. And after that's all done, then you can do rehab, right?
Yeah.
Now, unfortunately, I'm not sure how noticeable it is on camera, but my hand, these fingers don't any longer like kind of just.
They look big.
You don't.
So it looks like your hand's actually swollen a little bit.
Oh no, actually no. My fingers are my fingers are weirdly like long anyway, but no, they just don't like they would be longer. It's just
they've got sausage fingers.
They don't like totally get straight, and it's in constant pain. Like my hand's always in pain. I meant to be that kind of a happier story and seem like it brought down the room. I don't mean it like that. And it's okay. Like it's a thing.
Oh, Eddie, they did on the 4K.
I actually do think they will.
They did on their 4K. They did on the 4K. They did on the Horrible Sexy Vampire, was it?
I think I got a slipcover from them, don't I? Didn't there? Remember the one with George? Was it no with Ray Lovelock?
Are you talking about Ideal Place?
The one that's kind of like a folk horror one. I'm pretty sure that one's got a slipcover. What am I sipping over there? Sadly, just Coke. I'm sorry, Cola. Grabbed the TerraVision subscription 2 weeks ago and have been having email issues with Chloe ever since. Trying to get it sorted out. Hopefully it'll.
It's funny you say that, Warlock, and I don't want to put Chloe down because she seems like a really nice woman, and I think she's very friendly. But I had some issues as well, and I had to resend through their main email in order to get a response because I hadn't heard anything for like 2 weeks. And what Chloe said at the time was she thought they'd already shipped my stuff. So I kept emailing her account and getting nothing. So I sent through the main one, and then within a day I heard from her. So maybe that will help you.
Yeah.
You know?
Was on the limited version. I was on limited version actually. When I can because mine was such a small company, I do try if there's something that interests me. Obviously, it's got to interest me. I do try and like support them. Like I try to support like as many of the smaller companies as I can. So when I was in Canada, like if TerraVision and Culture Shock releasing would have been around, on their own when I was in Canada, I've been buying a lot of that stuff. So now I'm hoping to get stuff when I get back to Canada.
That'd be good.
I'm on a Chloe Singtra.
What's there? Was it unlimited versions? They have like 3 for some reason. Yeah. And it looks like emails are getting flagged as spam somehow. Weird issue. It is a weird issue. It's definitely weird. I did have the same issue. So hopefully you can send through the main email, Jabba will get back to you because I know it all connects.
That happens sometimes, though. I mean, like just for myself personally, on my business email, I've had that happen. Like I've had people send me stuff for like interview requests or like that type of thing, and I'll find it like 3 weeks later, like or a month or so later, because it's gone to my spam folder. It happens all the time. I get the weirdest interview requests, like stuff that would never be on my channel.
Like what?
You want to know? Like the type of stuff I get? Here we go. Let me go to my business email. Pregnancy is life-changing, and the corporation of yoga is very important. Would you like to interview the yoga mom? It's not exactly my brand. Fantastic, but not my brand. Like a lot of book review stuff, CIA operative book coming out, a lot of stuff on like romance novels or like self-help things, a lot of that type of stuff. Do you want to interview those people, like religious stuff, different, like just the media stuff that get come. Part of it's back from my journalism days and stuff like that. But I just find it so funny.
Yeah, I'm hoping Cauldron ship all my stuff out soon and all.
Well, you got some of your stuff, don't you?
Yeah, I got some of their stuff, but they don't ship here, do they? So I'm hoping the 50 titles I bought get shipped. Oh. So that's a joke, by the way. There isn't 50 titles from them. Cauldron always do great slips. So yeah, they've got great slips. We're all waiting for something, Uzi.
What store do you normally go to pick up your Mono stuff? I'm guessing if you're in Ontario, I'm gonna guess it's probably gonna be like a Bay Street Video or like a Cinema One. If you're anywhere else, I'm gonna guess it's gonna be like a Sunrise Records. Romance novels in my spare time. Well, there you go. Well then, ever see the thing where you basically they get them on like Facebook where they'll say like, here's a part of a story, and like you can unlock the rest of the story.
Yes.
Those drive me at the wall. That's like, but for me, apparently, one of my relatives got a whole bunch of those, like romantic ones. I didn't read them, but like kept getting them on their Facebook spam.
Yeah.
And for me, for some reason, and I do not know why. No judgment here, by the way, guys. I don't get the stories. I get the erotic anime stuff come up on my like this is your like, oh, I got this new roommate type thing. Like you can read some of the story, but if you want to read it all, go directly to here.
Oh, that's what is that? There's something tones.
Yeah, it's not Toonami, but something like similar to that. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, same tones. I know, because I joined at one point.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, because I was reading them because I was enjoying them.
Good?
Yeah, they were all right, but you have to buy them each individually or something on the site. You know, some were quite good, some of them were quite adult, and others were quite,
Bay Street is amazing, by the way. I love that place. There's a streaming service, by the way. I can't remember the name right now. I was watching a video last night. I think it was Curtis Connor. And so it's a streaming service, but they have movies, okay? And these movies, there's some like erotic type films. You don't have to like sign into it. But here's the thing. It's done in 1 minute increments. So if it's like say it's a 67-minute movie, okay? Yeah. 9 tenths out of 10, you're gonna get a minute of that movie, gotta watch an ad, get another minute of that movie, gotta watch another ad, get another minute.
You know what it reminds me of? When I was a kid, before I had the card and that, I used to watch the trailers, on the sites, and I used to, enjoy them. And they only lasted a minute, so you had to be really quick, right? So I used to watch them over and over again, and that's what it reminds me of. You saying that about the minute. But
like this is like horrible. I mean, it reminds me like when Tubi first started, and like there was like a commercial. Like it seemed every 5 minutes.
Oh, it's so frustrating.
Yeah, I was like, it's amazing Tubi lasted. Like they're so good now, but back then, it's like every 60 seconds. And there's one like there's a Canadian comedian, like an online YouTube comedian called Curtis Conner, right?
Yeah.
And so he's from Ontario, and he was at the Just for Laughs festival this year, which is one of the biggest like stand-up festivals in the world. It's Montreal. But like, so he did a video last night, and I was working on some stuff for my channel. So I was scripting some stuff out, and I always put a video in the background. And so, yeah. So what the hell is it called? Like the worst streaming service in the world, the most hated stream, and it's. Oh man, I got to check, because the movie itself, the movie title, was like, because the movie's about people, and they were kind of werewolves.
Oh.
And they're like alphas and betas. And
this is a great segue. Check out Lone Wolf, Coming Through Culture Shock.
Exactly. 1988. Classic werewolf stuff. I love werewolf movies, man. Oh, I'm so excited about that. I'm such a werewolf whore. I really am. I'm a whore for werewolves.
Oh, Warlock, I limped around.
Where's it going? Okay, I want to see what is. Damn, say the name. I can't have him say it. But whatever the hell the streaming service was, it was like so bad. And the titles are always things like, get this, for like, big bad husband, please wake up. The titles are always stuff like you don't even need to watch the movie. It's like my wife went out and won the Mega Ball. She's not coming back, dude.
These sound like terrible titles.
It gets worse. It gets worse. Werewolf Whore. That could be the title of your autobiography. At least, see, people would buy that, right? Lone Wolf would be the title of a lonely werewolf whore autobiography. You love the UK movie magazines. Oh, I remember the ones that came with DVDs and stuff. Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, they were great, weren't they, back in the day? I used to like the newspapers where they used to put the free DVDs in sometimes.
Remember those like PlayStation magazines that had the...
Oh, yeah, they had the demo discs.
Oh, they were so good, man.
Oh, I still remember them. Do you know people still collect them?
I totally would. When I get my PlayStation 5, though.
The best ones were the PS2 ones, because they always came with an actual case.
Yeah, and like some of them, like sometimes, did you ever hate that when you get like, oh man, they got like, they'd list a whole bunch of games, and you get there and they have games for like 3 or 4 of them, and the rest were like just like cinematic stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm going to play some Tony Hawk. No, I'm going to watch like 80 seconds of some Tony Hawk. That's what I'm going to do.
It's crazy, you know, because I always wanted to play Time Splitters. I never did. And I had the demo and I went, I'm going to play Time Splitters. And nope, it was like a trailer.
You guys had it good, like in the UK, because like all your freaking magazines came with shit. Like you got like Beano, or you got one of those like those, they have like toys with them.
Yeah.
Doctor Who magazine. I was going through Heathrow, and we had a stopover, 8-hour stopover. So I grabbed the magazine. I grabbed one of those Doctor Who kids magazines because it had like a plastic Cyberman head and some seeds. You can make like a Cyberman like planter, I guess.
I remember one of those Doctors came with a Dalek mask and 3 TARDIS condom.
That is not a kid Doctor Who one. What's this one here? Like Supernatural?
I have no idea what that is.
Sobernatural? I'm gonna look it up now.
Sobernatural. Después de la muerte.
It's a woman stalked by the ghost of her deceased husband. So it says her. I guess it's deceased. It says diseased husband. Which is very
diseased husband.
Oh, that's it. He goes around with those like.
Husband, woman after passing away returns in spirit form. We've had disease.
I saw this movie. It was called The Invisible Man. When asked for help from various friends and experts, but all efforts to defeat the devilish being seemed futile.
Well, out of 10 for effort. You may wonder what you've let yourself in for when opening credits roll. Sounds about right for a Severin release.
I'd watch it.
How long is the movie?
If it's good, not long enough. If it's not good, too long.
Oh, it's now 40 minutes.
There you go. Not too bad.
I've seen you've probably seen this one.
Hey, it looks like a werewolf. What the hell? I got a feeling there's no werewolf in this movie.
Oh, that's a lovely cover. Look, see the face in the hands.
Return of the Poltergeist. So
you're doing it wrong, mate. Those down below.
It's a werewolf with a skull inside of a crystal ball. Man, you gotta love shit like that.
It looks good.
And this is why I'm so excited. Kino.
My wife has that, Alan.
You trust Severin's curation? Well, they do put out a lot of good stuff. Like set-wise, 100%. Dark Side Magazine is a good one. Oh, I love Dark Side Magazine, man. UK Magazine. I used to have I actually liked it so much at one point. Uzi, I got a digital subscription just so I could get them. Because they'd often come to like stores in Canada. But when I couldn't get them, I would get the digital one just so I wouldn't miss. I don't have the Dr. and Dalek's book, actually. Deep Tear Eyes. I mean, there's some good stuff. I mean, like it's with every company. There's stuff that I absolutely adore, and there's some stuff that I just pass on. I think at $16.59 for like the Kino cult releases, it's actually this is a good one if you like these films and you want to start collecting. Like the first 3 are coming out for under $20. It's easy to start a collection. And that's the key thing. I mean, like, because it can be if you're coming in, like, just say you just started collecting, or maybe you just started kind of collecting like cult releases or this type of stuff. When you come in and you look at stuff like Vinegar Syndrome and Severin stuff, it can often seem daunting, especially when you're looking, okay, Vinegar Syndrome's in the 300s and stuff like that. Unless you're Malcolm, you usually can't go back and get all those movies. But normally, if you can find something that's just starting out, you can feel like there's a sense of like, for a collector, you can tell me if you agree with Malcolm, when you got a collection of something, anything like movie-wise that you like, there's a sense of pride. Just like, okay, I got these, and like you can say, well, these are kind of my thing. This is part of your identity. Like, okay, I got these Vestron video releases, like the Heroes type thing. It started from the beginning, got them all type thing. So Kino's starting the Kino cult line. There are 3. And in my opinion, you can't grab everything. There's the thing. But at under $20, probably $19.99. I'm going to get some American price, right? $20 Canadian, right?
Yeah.
Probably around like, I don't know, 14 UK.
Yeah.
Then with 3 films, you could easily, start a collection and probably easily keep it up, because Kino's not one of those companies where I think like
they just give up now.
Whereas they just delude you with stuff. So Scream Factory, when I started buying, if you guys watch my Scream Factory video, I had a lot of Scream Factory stuff, and you notice there's a lot of it from the early days because it was easy to collect in the early days. I could get they didn't come out too much. There's like maybe a couple came out a month, 2 or 3 came out a month. And then, like, oh, there's 6 coming out this month. There's 8 coming out this month. You just can't keep up with that. Like there has to be a limit when it comes to what you're able to keep up with release wise. And unless you've subscribed to something, which is fantastic, you get everything anyway, but not everything has a subscription service. Not every month you can have the same money that you got in another month. And sometimes a Severin's going to come out with a box set that's going to cost $200, $300, and all of a sudden something's got to give. And so having like films like this, cult films, at a reasonable price, look good, has special features on them, starting in a brand new kind of a brand new sub label. It's great to put in your collection. Like these here look nice. They look like something that I would love to have, like in a series of them in the collection.
Well, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I feel like this is a great time for them to start this sub label. I think it's important because they've got some real good startups. Normally when you get something like this, you start strong and then it kind of falls a little bit. So I'm curious to see in a year from now how it goes. But I do feel like they've got some great first picks. I mean, genuinely, I do. And for the price, I don't think you can go wrong. I mean, if you think, let's say these, right? So they're $16, right? $16.59. Is there tax on top in America?
In America, there is, I think.
On Kino? Because I don't remember ever getting taxed when I bought from Kino in America. That's what I'm asking now.
Oh, you should know. Yeah, you're I'm kidding.
Right, but I will say this. I feel like if you're going to go, what should I buy? Should I buy these Vinegar Syndrome releases? Or should I buy these Kino Normal ones? Think about it this way. You're getting two almost for the price of one from Vinegar Syndrome. So, that's something that I think should be a positive for anybody who wants to start a collection of a certain type of film.
Exactly. And like Warlock's mentioned something here, like Kino's movie box sets are usually priced pretty reasonable too. They do. And like some people say, like, well, it's not a hard box or something like that. Sometimes, I'm going to be honest with you, if I can get a bunch of movies for a good price that I like at a reasonable cost and not have to break the bank, I appreciate that. Like the film noir sets like that they put out. It's the boxes are fairly flimsy, but the movies are great and usually fairly cheap. Yeah. What do we think of the Millicene stuff? Personally, I think it's great and it's a good start. I'm kind of waiting to see what else goes there because I think we need to see more of what Millicene is going to do.
Well, I'll be honest. My opinion, since I bought everything that came out that day, and I still haven't got it yet, is I don't really know until I've actually got it. Obviously, especially for the labels, like partner kind of thing. But I'm hoping to get that stuff soon so I can look for it because obviously I don't want to be buying more stuff before I even know what it's like. But I'm happy they've made the separate website because it feels a little bit more organized in that sense for me, because it means if I want to look for something, I know I can look for it on that website instead of the other one. And
I didn't get the Water Hill box set. Charlie asked if we got that. Did you get the Water Hill imprint box set?
No, I wasn't really interested in it, to be honest. It was so expensive. I was like, I can get most of these in the UK anyway.
Uzi said that Kino is reasonably priced, but no frills. That used to be the case, but I'm finding that as we saw with the Columbo set and we saw with some of the other stuff, Kino stuff, they're getting a lot more things. I remember when I picked up, what was it, Rawhead Rex, and it had like a slip case, like a side load slip case, and there was like a booklet in there, and there's a bunch of features on it as well. I do think we're going to get more Vestron video releases. They come out. It's just, it seems like there's
It's a bit like the 88 film slasher label at the minute. It just sprays slowly.
Very, very slowly. But when they come out, they're usually good. And Vestron has become one of those really reasonably priced things. Have you noticed that, Malcolm? Like
they're like 12 quid. They're like 10, 12 quid.
Exactly.
It's amazing.
I picked up the Silent Night, Deadly Night, like 3-pack, 4, 5, and 6. Or no, 3, 4, and 5 for under $20, maybe.
I got the Dennis 1 2. I got the Dennis 1 2 imported for 12 quid.
Yeah, same here. Like that's what. That's the thing. I like imprint stuff. I don't have any imprint stuff. I know you probably got a bit of it there. I do find it to be a bit pricey. I'm going to guess that once you get it, they're worth it and stuff like that. But do you find?
I'm going to be honest with you. With me, when it comes to imprint, I feel about imprint as who said it? Uzi said about Kino with no frills. You get the slipcover, you get the disc, and that's about it most of the time. And to me, that's a little bit lackluster. I wish they put booklets in them more, and stuff like that.
Especially for the price that they're putting them at too. Like it's at a premium price.
Yeah.
And I understand like a smaller company that's kind of building its way up there. That's why, when we see like other companies come out and like just
blow it.
Yeah, I mean, like some of the early when Terrorvision announced their, the 2025.
Yeah,
That's exciting stuff. When College Vision announced their 5, that's exciting stuff.
yeah,
When Kino announced this, like that's exciting stuff, and I feel okay. I feel I can reasonably get some of this stuff, like because it gets to a point where there's so much stuff coming out, and I only can watch so much. Like even if
yeah,
I had all the money in the world, there's only so much I can watch.
yeah. I have
And
to be honest. I agree with Uzi. I think Radiance is one of the best labels.
I've heard so much great stuff about Radiance, man. I don't have any Radiance one in my
Just the
collection.
quality, of those 3 movie box sets alone is phenomenal.
I hear the Franco Nero one's incredible.
It is. I own it. It's beautiful.
First imprint for you is Razorback. Do I have Razorback? I'm trying to think. Umbrella put that out. I'm not sure if I got it or not, actually.
I've got the 4K pre-ordered of that, the big 4K box set.
Second Sight seems to be the ones to beat in the UK. They're really, really good. Second Sight just puts out some great stuff. One of my favorites in my collection, I'm a massive fan, and I know like some people don't like because it gets a little bit slow near the end, like in the middle of the film, is When a Stranger Calls. But Second Sight's addition to that, insanely good.
Yeah.
Insane. And it's got both movies. So it's got the sequel, which actually for me moves at a better pace than the first one.
Yeah. Uzi, I agree. Big Time Gambling Boss to me is one of the best movies for Radiance. I really want them to do more Japanese films because I feel like they're very, very important releases because most companies aren't releasing them in the UK, and I feel like we need more of that. The more of the classic Yakuza or even samurai Japanese cinema, any Japanese cinema in that sense. It isn't just like BFI standard, but we can read booklets and stuff on. I highly recommend it. It's definitely something everybody should have in their collection.
Criterion is somebody says a good example. They release so much, impossible to get all as a collector, but I'm trying. I think when it's a company like Criterion or it's a company like that's more expensive or something like that, you almost got to say, I'm going to collect this company. And I'll get other stuff from other companies every once in a while down the road. Like, because there's people out there that they're diehard Criterion collectors. You can see them on YouTube. And that's all they buy. And that's all they buy. I knew a guy that got back a big tax refund, like in the thousands of dollars.
Whoa.
And he spent the entirety of it buying Criterion releases. His very first
Criterion.
About a whole collection, like whole big load of them at one time. It was massive for YouTube and him, because YouTube Criterion was was the thing at the time too.
Yeah.
But I think he ended up getting rid of some because it was just didn't turn out to be his thing, and it happens, right? You start quite excited.
I'll be honest. Sonny's never spent thousands on media because I think it's not worth that much. I will say, I'm totally buy one at a time and watch that before you buy anything else. I can tell you that I believe if you're going to spend that much money, it should be on multiple labels, not just one. I just think it's a mistake,
But considering they call you one movie a month, Malcolm.
Yes, one movie a month, Malcolm.
Malcolm, then obviously,
yes,
you've never had.
Talk about one movie a month, Malcolm. Hopefully. Soon, hopefully this week during the stream, one more Australian packages will come and we can look at it.
Nice, that'd be interesting. Actually,
that'd be really cool, wouldn't
it? Here's a quick. I watched the movie last night, so I hadn't watched the movie in a bit, and I've been wanting to watch something, and I didn't know exactly what I was going to watch, so I was looking through my hour releases, and I found The Wind, Nico Masterakis.
Is that the one where she turns up on the island? And that guy keeps breaking wind, and then the storm starts.
No, it's Wingshauser and Meg Foster. It is amazing. Steve Railsback is in it, and it is so just tense.
It is. It's really good considering it's such a small cast.
It is and it's so good. It's remember The Caller? Just this insane movie, really two actors, for most of the film. The Wind isn't like that, but it's it does hinge on Meg Foster.
I love the twist of The Caller.
It's Twisting Color is impossible to figure out. Like if anybody ever still looks at me and says, "Oh yeah, I totally knew Twisting," I'm like, "You're full of crap." There's no way in hell. The Wind is an amazing film. If you don't own it, it's a great film. You should own it. You definitely should own it.
It's a proper thriller for sure. I mean, it actually works. It's actually a proper kind of like something you'd actually feel as a woman being on your own and everything.
Because she's in this island in Greece, and there's nobody around except for one person, and that one person happens to be a killer. Who's killed somebody.
I do think that ending's a bit silly, though.
It makes sense though, because what's it called? Yeah, that has at the end of the day, that kind of has to be what that kind of has to be what happens.
Yeah, what ends it?
Yeah. But it was right up to the ending. I mean, like I thought they got to a point where like somebody comes by, and I thought, okay, she's gonna be saved by these people, and it almost seemed like a wasted sequence in the scene. Like these two people show up, and I'm like, what's this for? Like I thought, oh, it's supposed to be a misdirect, but I think that was an iffy misdirect.
Yeah.
I'm going through the Sony stuff. I'll actually probably tomorrow or the next day I'll actually be doing those in one of the live streams. So
I've got one of them, but I'm hoping to watch tomorrow.
Which one?
The animated one.
Oh, the what's it called? Resident Evil.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch that one too.
I can do a back and forth with you on it a little bit.
The Arrow release is the one I got Warlock. That was like such a cool release. And no, I just randomly thought about that because I went to bed because we went over to for like a barbecue, kind of a pool party type thing yesterday, and we didn't get home till late. So by the time we went out for the cats and stuff like that, we weren't ready to it was time for bed. It's time to go to sleep. But I really want to watch a movie, and I said no, I'm too tired to watch a movie. So I said I'm going to stay downstairs. I'm going to put on The Wind, and if I fall asleep, I fall asleep.
Yeah.
But no, as soon as once it started, and she goes outside and finds the dead body, yeah, I was not sleeping until it was over. Yeah, I was totally hooked. No. Wings Hauser is one of those guys anyway. I just absolutely adore everything he's in, man.
I like that when that happened to me. I watched The Boy too. Right, Brahms.
Yeah.
Right, and that movie's not good. Right, but for some reason, I'm sitting on the floor. I'm almost dozing off. I'm like, and then the music hits, and I'm like, and I'm jumping up and down off the floor. I'm walking out of the room, not because of anything to do with the film, but because I was falling asleep, and the music made me jump, and I was like, oh dear,
I would tell you one thing: don't go putting on like Dario Argento, early Dario Argento.
Oh no,
you're going to go to sleep, because I made that mistake of putting on, and I think it might have been one of those like sets, when you got like a bunch of movies, and one of the movies happened to be Deep Red, right?
Yeah.
So, they'll have like the music and
that's got to be one of the best soundtracks of all time.
Oh, great! I think Tenebrae is like slightly.
That's up with it. Yeah, that's definitely up with it.
Yeah, or maybe I guess on par. Like they're both amazing. Yeah. But I fell asleep, and with the Deep Red music playing in the background, the nightmares I had were epic. Were epic. And I woke up in a cold sweat, and for a minute I couldn't move. Right? You know that like that feeling you get sometimes.
Yeah. Hey, everybody.
Hi, welcome, man. But yeah, I was totally with hagged, right? Hagged is the term.
It's horrible. Absolutely horrible when you fall asleep doing something and it's in your dream.
It was insane.
Oh, Red Turtle. I recommend Red Turtle as well. Red Turtle is great. It originally was a short, I believe, and then it was going to a full feature film. I'm not sure if it's through Studio Ghibli or not, but I know it's classified highly rated in that kind of regard. So yeah, I highly recommend Red Turtle. Good one, Alan. Talk about anime. I've got 2 animes today on disc.
I want to know how much that Columbo set's going to cost, man. I want to know how much that Ilsa set's going to cost.
It's got to be on there already, surely. No. Not the Ilsa one, but the Columbo.
Columbo doesn't show up there yet, which surprised me. Ilsa's not up here. Well, Ilsa wouldn't be there, but Columbo.
That one's brilliant too, Uzi, definitely. I need to get more my Studio Ghiblis, to be honest. That's one thing I'm lacking.
I know. We can find out the price of like High Ballin, Peter Pan and Cherry Reid.
We Columbine. I thought that's what Columbo was then.
Columbus.
Hey, that's it. That's Columbo when he turned into a bus.
Just one more stop. Dad humor, man. Dad humor. But I would love to have. Do you have any of their 4Ks? I would love to get some of their 4K releases.
What's this, Kino?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have quite a few of them actually. I have Night of the Hunter. I have I don't have 12 Angry Men because I think Eureka's going to release that over there. Touch of Evil I've got coming soon. For Eureka. What else have I got? I've got In Bruges. I've got a whole load of them.
Like the Friedkin remake is on here as well, which is exciting to have, especially right now. So I definitely want to keep an eye on this one. And look this. It's a 4K release on sale for $26.57, $39.95.
I think it was like $79.99 during the sale.
Yeah, went down super cheap. Like a lot of these 4Ks did. That's the key thing. I actually got a couple of Kino releases, which I'm going to show here in a second. I want to get your yays and nays on some of these Kino releases.
All right, sure.
Ready?
Yep.
We're going to yay and nay it. To Live and Die in L.A., Uzi is one of my favorite neo-noirs of all time, actually, just to let you know a little bit more about me. So we'll start. I'm going to start at the bottom. Make my way to the top like Drake, because I'm Canadian. All right. We'll start with obviously one of the greatest movies of all time.
Ooh. Yay!
Have you watched this?
No.
It's not good.
I thought it was Zombie Lake.
No, Zombie Lake's good. Zombie Lake's a good movie.
Zombie Lake is the better one. I love the relationship between the father and daughter in Zombie Lake.
Like this one literally starts out with a couple, like two girls. And I think,
man.
Yeah, no, nothing happens.
Two girls and a zombie.
Two girls and nothing. Two girls and a whole bunch of nothing, man. Like a whole bunch of nothing. Okay, let's get some better stuff.
All right, here we go. Yay!
This isn't actually a schizo. Excellent film. You know what I love about these releases, these here redemption releases? The poster art on the back.
Oh, the original artwork on the back.
Yeah. I wish that they would have did a reverse
point inside, yeah.
Yeah. But just just to have it, it's kind of good. And like people say, like, well, this has like an interview on here, so there's something on here at least, right?
Yeah.
An early one. Going away from Pete Walker for a second and going into a Lindsay.
Oh, here we go. Yay!
Never Beach. I love this art.
And I've seen that film. The yay is for the ending. Where, with the silly ending at the end. I love that ending.
Yeah.
I really do. It's like the most stupid.
What's really cool, people talk about features. This got a Sam Deegan commentary for crying out loud. Yeah. Sam freaking Deegan.
Well, they used to have commentaries, didn't they? Used to have commentaries or trailers.
Yeah. We got like a Claudio Simonetti interview. Yep. Speaking of like Argento. And of course the tactical trailer, because you gotta have those. I think you may say yeah to this one.
All right.
Never Beach. If you dislike that movie, dislike fun.
It's a good point.
That's a great, that's a great tagline for a movie. Because everybody bitches with like a lot of movies nowadays, right? If you dislike this movie, you dislike fun. I guess I can't.
It was only a movie. Yay!
Extended yeah, that one, right? We get Talking About Emmanuel, The Joys of Emmanuel Part 1. And there's a lot of joys for Emmanuel right now. It's got the beautiful Sylvia Crystal, who was like, for me, she's the defender of Emmanuel.
Oh?
So, Sylvia Crystal, the defender of Emmanuel. And somebody shows up in this one that we'd see in her own box set.
Yeah.
And that is Emmanuel too.
Hey.
So pretty sure this is the one with Laura Gemser. as the masseuse.
I believe so.
Because her and her husband go to get like nude massages. And Gempser show. Yeah, there it is. Trio of bathhouse masseuses, including Laura Gempser. So Laura Gempser got her start in Emmanuel movies here before they did.
How amazing is that?
Ready for something even sleazier than that?
All right, let's have a look. Yay!
Sinful Nuns of Saint Valentine. If you haven't seen this movie, it was on Netflix, uncut at one point. Blows my mind that happened. But love this movie. Watched it more times than I'm going to admit on camera.
Yeah, we all. Yeah, I love that. I love it. I've watched this more times than I care to admit on camera, even though I've just admitted I've watched it more times.
I didn't say the amount. I just said.
Was it 69 times?
69 times 69, right?
Well, you keep saying yay like it's an episode of Crank Anchors.
That's what.
No.
This is a good movie. This cover sucks ass, but I like this movie. Jack Jones was like, I guess over there. He was British, like pop star. This is Giallo-esque in the way that it's done. And I actually absolutely adore this film, but this cover sucks. Yeah. I get it's the worst bus cover this. Okay, I kind of want to know if you know this one.
All right, go on in.
It's some Fred Olen Ray goodness, so you maybe you do.
Ooh.
And Ross Hagen's in it. So there you
go. Yay! Nice.
So Star Slammer. So this is a women's prison movie and a space movie.
I didn't even know it existed.
Oh, it's with the commentary by.
Where's the Star Slammer? Is she the star? And is there a lot of slamming going on?
There is some stuff. She must outwit the sex-starved warden, out-tough the tyrannical trustee, and battle Jagger rats, astro zombies, and alien monsters. So it's a fun little watch.
Cool. I'll have to look that one up.
Not sleazy, but a good film nonetheless. And probably one of the most famous films I'm going to show on here. Trilogy of Terror.
Yay!
This freaked me out.
You, Dove Sidious. Yay!
I absolutely adore this film.
Do you like the second one?
I do actually. Here's the thing. I show Trilogy of Terror and Trilogy of Terror 2 to my better half and my kids. And we sat down, and I'm not going to lie, they did go up to get up to get drinks during the first.
Was this back to back?
Back to back. And during the second Trilogy of Terror film, they did not move. They stayed there the entire time. They thought it was much better. Oh, they thought it was much better than the first one. Like, I've never heard that before.
What do you think? Do you think it's better than the first one?
I think that Trilogy of Terror is a great film, but it's also really of its time.
Yeah.
So it's not going to work for everybody in the modern day.
Star Slammer is what I like to put on before bed.
Well, it'll definitely relax you. But no, I liked both of them. I like Lizette Anthony. Now, Lizette Anthony, of course, probably most famous for a lot of people, like the Dark Shadows remake. She played Angelica.
Yeah.
Bunny Bus. But yeah, no, I really liked. Did you like the second one?
Yeah, I did. I liked both of them, actually. I thought they were both really good. I actually think they work out, especially if you watch them. I believe, like you said, you can watch them back to back and not get bored.
Yeah.
But I think it's good if you've watched one and you watch another one, like years later, and you remember the first one more, and you go, "Oh, this is actually quite a good double bill." Like they do work. They don't feel like they're completely different. Do you know what I mean? They feel like they're part of the same, and I like that.
The rat story freaked me out in the second one. I love the rat story.
Hey!
This is a really fun movie. People really underrate this. This is actually C.J. Graham, guys. So this is the guy that played Jason in Part 6, Friday 13th. Yeah. But what a cast in this movie. So we got Chad Lowe, Christy Swanson, the original Buffy, Patrick Bergin.
He was hot, wasn't she?
What?
She was hot.
She was hot. She's a little strange in real life, but she's hot. It's great. As hot as anything. Late Kevin Peter Hall played Predator. Pamela Gidley, Jerry Stiller, Ben Stiller, Anna Mara, Gilbert Gottfried's Hitler.
What a cast.
That is an amazing cast, man. It's a great
He
film.
looks like, you said he was the Jason in what one?
Part 6.
Well, he looks like he's the Jason in part 1.
Right there, yeah. No,
But jumps out the river.
I got to be very careful showing this one, but this is one I'm totally sure you're going to say yay to. It's a Jezebel release.
Ooh.
Okay. Squirrel Girl Hitchhikers.
Yeah.
So it is a rare genre land that's not about vampires. It is about
Schoolgirls hitchhiking.
actually not a lot of hitchhiking in it when you're thinking, but it's a damn good film. A lot of fun. I'm going to surprise you. There's a lot of nudity in that film. I know. In genre land, you don't expect it, right?
Let me guess. You've watched it more times than you care to admit.
No, I'll admit it. I watched it a few times. A classic.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
House
House of Whipcord. Yay!
Sheila Keith, man, who would have thought this kindly old lady would become this monster in all these films? Because you see her outside of this, like Peter Walker, he really helped her career.
Great director.
Fly there, man.
Once he got going, he was a great director.
And of course, right there, yay again for this one.
That's a yay. That's a double yay.
Because it's 2, right?
Yep. Yay. And a yay.
Yay. It's a reach around yay.
Physical media forever. Easy to you too. Take it easy.
Exactly, man. Thank you so much for coming in, man.
And thank you for the compliment.
Because right now, a lot of people are like, well, the streaming services, streaming is keying and streaming is doing great. I think, no, that's what people were saying about a year or two ago. Right now, people are saying, are really nervous about streaming services. Like, oh, don't worry, it's a cord cutter, man.
Yeah.
And
the reason they're all worried about it now is because of all the editing, isn't it?
Yeah, look at the
Connection,
man. Made a video on that one. And there's not the only one. There's a lot of movies that get changed.
What I want to know is, how did people not expect that? It's it's one of those things that you should have expected. These companies want to control us. And I don't mean like in a conspiracy way, but I mean with what we watch, how we interact.
It's a beginning, not an ending. That's what this is. It's a beginning and an ending.
It's, as my wife would say, it's the beginning of us getting chips in our head.
Well, you know what? How amazing is it that a company can say, let's make people pay us money on a monthly basis and not actually have to give them anything.
Yeah, exactly. It's ridiculous. Oh, I'll share something quickly.
Oh, nice. Let's see.
You encouraged me again, you say. Look, right here. So I'll show these quickly. So I got Sleeper, which is a graphic novel.
I don't know if I read that yet.
This is £2 in the shop.
Nice.
£2. So I got that. I got Batman and the Shadow.
Oh, I love that. Welcome,
It
Gino.
was only £8. It was only £8 in HMB, so I was happy about that. And I got the first one of The Human Target.
Is that the Tom King? Yeah, it is Tom King. Yeah.
Yes, Tom King one.
That's the one where. Did you read it yet?
Not yet, no.
Let me tell you.
I've got volume 2 coming as well, so I'm going to read this while I'm waiting for volume 2, and then read them both.
It's a murder mystery, so you're definitely going
to. Oh, yes, sorry. I know that bit because it says on the bag.
Yeah.
But I haven't read it yet. But one thing I was really excited to get today, which I'm going to be honest about, it's going to sound really silly, right? But I was really excited to get this set. That's Entertainment 1, 2, and 3.
There's absolutely nothing silly about that. I love that entertainment.
I was so happy to get this because I wanted to get the Blu-rays, in America. But when I saw this in the store on DVD, I went, the DVD I do. So I was really happy, and they're individually cased and everything. So
I love those movies, actually.
£2.50.
That's incredible. Here's the thing. For people that watch the channel, they know I'm a huge musical guy. You know that?
Yeah.
So I used to love those entertainment things. They used to come on CBC all the time. I used to watch them. And I don't have those now. I think I got one of them, and I got there's a companion one,
Yeah.
like a dance one or something like that.
Yeah, there is. I
Which
don't know them that well, but I know that these exist. I know there was like spin-off kind of.
I have one of them. Actually.
Yeah, you probably have one on Blu-ray, right?
I'm not sure. I have to check. It's at the farm, right?
It was Warner Archive released it. I know that. You've got to stay live.
You mentioned he had the Metal Gear Solid 1. Metal Gear Solid 1 demo disc. I remember that, actually. I actually had that.
Well, what's that?
I was a huge Metal Gear fan. I was a huge Metal Gear fan until I think it was like we got the PS4.
Yeah.
And it's not that's a bad game, but
if you mention Phantom Pain, I'm going to say it was bad.
I have this thing where I like to play a game. So when I'm like playing for like 3 minutes, and then it goes into what seems like forever cinematic sequence, and then I'm playing for 2 minutes, and it goes into another cinematic sequence.
Yeah, that's the beginning. Once you get to Phantom Pain, after all that, it's just boredom of you getting an helicopter, doing a boring mission that has nothing to do with anything to do with Metal Gear Solid normally. Pick up somebody, put them in a helicopter, ride off, get a little cutscene, get back in a helicopter. And to me, Phantom Pain is not even Metal Gear Solid. It's awful, absolutely awful. Anyone who loves that game, to you. That's what I say.
Texas released by Kino. I don't think. I don't think. Sorry, I don't know if they did. I don't think they did. That's a great movie. A great musical. Comical thing. I was watching that documentary, like Vito Nasty's documentary, and they actually mentioned that somebody got arrested in the UK back in the day for the best of horse in Texas because they thought it was like an X-rated movie. It's a Dolly Parton Brown's movie for crying out loud.
What's that? LOL, Malcolm just ruins everything.
I think he's talking about Phantom Pain, man. But no, I mean, so guys, I'm thinking down the road grabbing the PS5. So here's my question.
You can buy a PS4 pretty easy. See, you stepped up there. PS5. Need to get 18 PS4 sent to you.
I'm going to get a PS5, and basically, there's 3 versions to look at.
Yeah.
And there's the that I can look at. There's the Gran Turismo, the launch edition Gran Turismo version. There is God of War Ragnarok, and there is Modern Warfare 2. So those are the 3.
I reckon the one you should get is the God of War Ragnarok one.
I'm thinking about it.
I think the Ragnarok one is the best one, to be honest.
But here's the thing. The Gran Turismo, even though it's not my favorite game, comes with a physical disc.
Oh, does it? Well, that makes a big difference.
Texas Chainsaw came out on Friday for PS5. Not too expensive. $40. That's actually not bad. So it's free for the Xbox because we have it on Game Pass. I got to play it, and I played all the family members. I haven't played the victims yet.
So you were inside the female victim, female killer, were you?
Sissy? She was really good.
Yeah, you were inside the sissy.
I was inside the sissy. What's really cool with Sissy, she's really skinny, so she can get in like places. Like her and the hitchhiker can get in places that other people can't get into. So they're really good. Like my kids played it; they really enjoyed it, and they said they like playing the victims and the family. I said, "Well, I like playing the family best." And they were like, "Yeah, Dad, we know." That's you. But yeah, no, you mentioned like you were hoping to do the Matthew McConaughey character, and I'm thinking like the fact that they couldn't get even Matthew McConaughey's face on a Blu-ray, I don't see that happening. I think the Johnny character is probably about as close as they can get without like getting sued. But I'm hoping for more characters chopped up. And
well, I need to say this because I've said it on Facebook and I'll say it again. So Alan was playing Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I was watching, really happy, fun films like Care Bears and all this. And Alan was sending me these horrid pictures.
Gutting people.
All right, from the game of him killing people. And you could see in the pictures that he was laughing and cheering. and it felt very threatening. It was scary.
That's
So
it, man.
I've never seen someone so bloodthirsty in my entire life.
God, I love that stuff. I love that stuff, man. You got to get the game down the road. Wait,
I do need it.
it's it'll go on sale. And there's 3 maps. There's only 3 maps yet, but I still think it's overall a better game than the Friday 13th game.
Oh, anything would beat that, to be honest.
And for me, it's better than Dead by Daylight. I know it's gonna be sacrilege to some people, but here's the thing: you got 4 victims against 3 family members. It's just a better dynamic than just like one person going against like 4 or 5 people.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I found Dead by Daylight pretty boring. Not because it was a bad game,
No,
but because you're getting off the hook. You're running around, getting off the hook. You know, and
going to the generator.
Yeah, and you only have to worry about one person. You know, if
And
there's more than one person, you got to look around you more. You got to, you know.
And I like the fact that, like in this one here, it's definitely you do have to work together a bit if you're gonna survive, if you're gonna do it, whether you're the family or the survivors.
How do you escape? You just have to get outside the area. You don't have to do anything.
Well, there's certain things that you have to do to get that, like the role. Like I'll go in, like you can go in, like I play Johnny, and there's these like things that I would like kind of lock, and you can actually not in a as annoying generator thing, but you can do a thing to actually set up like an electric area. And like if you play the hitchhiker, he has traps, so you can set traps. So you only have like 3 or 4 traps.
Oh no, I don't mean as the killer, but I mean as the victims.
I barely play as victims at all.
Oh, okay.
That's the truth. But it is like basically there's like 3 ways I think to get away. There's like 3 different like exits that you can get out. But there's a couple things you have to do certain things before you can get out. You just can't leave.
Okay, so you have to, like, for instance, unlock gates and stuff like that kind of thing to, you know.
Yeah, like not tedious. Like I don't find it tedious like Dead by Daylight apparently, but in a way that it seems more legit, like co-op. And having co-op on both sides is fun because as a killer you can't die. You can get like hurt. You can't die, but you can get setbacks. And we had times when I was playing. Do you know who I hated playing the most?
Oh,
Leatherface.
He does seem a bit boring in the game, to be fair.
Yeah, like the cook. I played the cook first, and I was in a map, and I didn't have the lighting adjusted right, so it was kind of dark. And I was like, I couldn't find my way anywhere. It's the first time playing, barely. One thing I would say that I wish they would have done. So usually in these games here, like saying Dead by Daylight, that one thing they did do right is when you come to like learning how to play the game, you do like a playthrough, right? Like kind of a playthrough. And Texas Chainsaw Massacre, you watch videos, and they show you, okay, this is what you do, and you use this button, but you're not actually doing it. You're watching a video. It's a bit of a dry aspect to it. But overall, I would recommend it. If you got an Xbox, by the way, it's on Game Pass. You can play it for free. And I would say if you're got a PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, definitely, it's worth picking up. But just know out of the gate that it's still early, so server issues going to happen, and early on, and because a lot of people are going to be playing it. And
so does Leatherface make noises when he's running?
A bit. I mean, like there's like it's well done. I mean, like there's every character has their own like sayings and stuff that
So does Leatherface say?
He's more like grunts and stuff like that, right?
It's just and all this stuff.
But yeah, it's like kind of more like that. But like there's like characters like Johnny, like he's kind of cool. He's really a cool character. He's a new character. Johnny and Sissy are the 2 new characters, right? The 2 new family members per se. But you get the cook, you get the hitchhiker as well, Evan O'Neill's character.
And you get Grandpa.
The thing is, Grandpa's in the chair, of course. So there's these there's buckets with blood in it, and like if you kill somebody, you get blood, and you go back to Grandpa and you feed Grandpa blood, and Grandpa gives you lets you kind of like ups your power a bit, so you can actually when you're
so it helps your ability.
Yeah, so if they attack Grandpa, it lessens your ability to see like where they are, and if you kill Grandpa, this game's over. Game,
Oh,
so there's neat little aspects to it.
How do you kill Grandpa?
I don't know. I mean, like I'm not sure if anyone's actually killed him. Killed him. Nobody killed him when I was there because you get near him, because you find out where Grandpa's at first. Like big like rookie mistake, not figuring out where grandpa is because he's not gonna be in the same place. But like he's in if it's in the once you know where he's at, like you go, you collect the blood, you come back to kind of heightens your power.
Can you
and
kill
stuff like
Grandpa yourself as a family member?
no, I don't think so.
Hmm.
Who would kill? Like it's Texas Chainsaw. Like Grandpa's, he's a guy. Grandpa, nobody's a better killer than Grandpa. Grandpa's the best killer of all.
I love the Grandpa in number 2. You know, when he's trying it over there, when he keeps. I love that. It's one of the greatest moments in the film history.
I'm gonna say this right now. The videos that I did for Texas Chainsaw Massacre yesterday, the one that I did on here, and the one that I did on Patreon, the toot my own horn, I don't mind doing that at this point, are 2 of the videos that I'm most proud of that I've done on this channel in 11 years.
Oh, very nice.
Because I did something that I really wanted to do. I made it. I spoke on Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but I made it more
Factual. Yeah.
Yeah, I made it more personal. I made it more like I didn't just talk about okay, this is look at my Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. Or, look, like this is what happened here. There's a lot of videos that can do that, but I wanted to make it me.
It felt more personal. I showed my wife your video.
You?
Yeah, and she said
Did she like
you
it?
can see. Yeah, she said you can see there's a lot of heart in this, and you can see it really hits, you know, like home in the heart.
It truly is one of my favorite movies of all time. Like a lot of I don't say that a lot on here because I actually don't talk about like everybody knows Black Christmas is my favorite movie stuff, but Texas Chainsaw that's number 2 and sometimes like just tied because I think they're perfect films. I think they're legitimate, done the same year too, 1974. But it was fun, and I got to, for those that don't know, on my Patreon, if you haven't seen it, there's a true crime thing attached to it, and it's not Ed Gein, which people assume it's going to be. But I lived in an area where a massacre really did happen.
And you talk all about it in the Patreon video. So, guys, join Patreon to find out the deep, dark history.
I think the Game Pass works on. It does work on PC too. It's called because you can get like you can get the Game Pass Ultimate, I think, or you can get the game because you can get Game Pass Ultimate, which has PC and Xbox, Game Pass PC and Game Pass Xbox. There's like different versions of it. So the Game Pass is still like I'm wanting like badly wanting like a PlayStation, and I'll get PlayStation Plus Extra. I'm not going to get like premium. I don't need premium, but I'll get extra.
You get a PlayStation Plus, you get the game, and you and me play forever.
That'll be fun. Like play some fun games on there.
I can go. I'm a killer, Aaron, and I'm coming to get you. Aaron, have you done gaming videos on one of your kids' YouTube video channel? I recall a while back it was a gaming YouTube channel.
One of my kids was initially going to be doing that, but honestly, life happened, and they're both like working. So my youngest like is and both my kids are working all the time. Moving into a new place right now. Like
oh wow.
So they gave up on that a long time because they just didn't have time to do it. And unfortunately, we don't live close to one another. We don't get to do any videos together. Though we'll have to do something with them on Patreon sometime down the road. But it's just getting the time. It's really, really hard.
Yeah, especially the time differences.
Oh, that's the thing. Like the time difference thing, and like just basically. So when I was playing like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, my oldest daughter, who was a massive gamer, both of my kids are actually massive gamers. I was like, "Did you play Texas Chainsaw yet?" She's like, "No, I'm still working. Like, I don't get out for another like 6 hours." So she got to play it today, and she sent me like a message on that she really enjoyed the games, which was good because
nice. That's what you want to hear.
The bloodthirst lives on in my.
It lives on in your blood.
It is. You gotta love the bloodthirst, man. You gotta love the bloodthirst.
You do. The bloodthirst is there.
You know the cool thing. And here's the thing. Like people don't watch horror movies and stuff like that. Don't get it. Like they got to be the most sick and twisted people in the world, and like who watch these horror films or like make these horror films. And you like see like the Wes Cravens and the Carpenters and all those guys, and like legit, like they're the most laid back people you're ever going to be. And a lot of my like horror fan friends, like you people that I know that watches this stuff. When we watch the most twisted stuff, man. Well, it's kind of like we don't have there's no aggression because we got that done. That's none of my kids have YouTube channels anymore. Like that's been long over.
Yeah, exactly. It's weird, isn't it, Warlock? It's weird.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, like imaginary horror from actual horror, and they're like, that's the thing. Like people see that, and I mean, there's that judgy thing, right? Like, I'm talking about like, do you watch that? Like, I used to write horror when I was a kid. So I grew up like writing like short stories, and I'd write them, and then I would get around like basically be passed around school, and my teachers would read them, and the classes would read them, stuff like that. I was sick, twisted stuff, and I mean like I didn't. There was no like when
there's
I had
no holding back.
No, there's no holding back, and my teachers knew there was no holding back. So if I said, okay, you want to write a story like on this, like okay, yeah, no, there's going to be like violence, and there's going to be nudity. There's probably going to be sex, and
and there's going to be drawings as well.
Oh, no, drawing. Only drawings I did was when I was younger, and I used to make those. Did you ever make these when you were a kid? Like you get like a piece of paper. You get a piece of paper, and you make a little like this. Then you slice it up like that, and you make an 8-page comic book.
Yeah,
I used to do that. I did a character called Rocket Man. Totally original, right? And it was literally a dude with a helmet and a rocket on his back.
Like a Rocketeer.
Well, this was before Rocketeer, but like I guess that Rocket King of the Rocket Man, whatever the hell that serial was. I didn't know that I was making. I thought it was totally original. And my other one that I did, and I did this when I was in college because I went to art school for a while, guys. Obviously, you can tell. Like here, I'll do some amazing artwork for you guys now. So I did this thing called HB pencil, and what this sounds amazing, doesn't it? HB pencil. So writing on one of these is gonna be fucking killer. Come on, let's get all right. So come on. Amazing art here. I'm going to share it, guys, right now. It's just amazing stuff. No, I went to art school. Like, this is the thing. This is like, how the hell? No, when I show you this, you're going to be like, how the hell did this guy go to art school? I'm not even joking, man. And I did well in art school, too. Like, super well in art school, which is insane. Because I suck ass. I'm not even joking, man. I suck ass. Not a good one. Okay, remember I'm doing this on like a fucking like iPad. You want to say HP? Want to say HP pencil? Right for this with amazing art. Look at this amazing artwork right here. Stunning, right?
That's brilliant.
So basically, his name was Hell Bent, and
Why does it look like a 7-use condom?
Well, it's like, see, he was a person, and and the idea was that he would be that he would go through different dimensions, and every dimension was more twisted than the last one. That is like crazy. Joint by, there you go.
That's good.
Again, went to school for this guy. Went to school for this. Legit. Like, but I didn't. I used to write with charcoal. I drew with charcoal.
Did you pass?
Hell yes, yeah. It was. Well, to get in, you have to do a portfolio, and your portfolio has to be accepted first. So I used to use a lot of like charcoals and stuff, leads, like so I did a lot of like, I did like the Michael Myers, I did like Tim Ritter, I did like a skeletal structure of a horse with like the skin kind of pulled away, and a lot of like kind of some emo stuff back in the day. But I wasn't bad. The best one, the neatest things I ever did. But show you a twist that I was. You ready for this, Malcolm? Ready for this one? So, what Valentine's Day, right? Valentine's.
That's why I'm even laughing. But yeah, go on.
Valentine's Day. They said, make a Valentine's Day card, but like, or at least a Valentine's image. Now, what you had to do was you made a carving. So you had like a block of wood, and you carved it out, and then you used the ink, and you put it on there. So what
Oh,
you'd
wow.
have to do is you'd have to carve in reverse, right?
Yeah.
Because it's mirror imaged. So I don't know, I was going to do like something like kind of hearts or something like that connected, and I'm like, that's boring.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. have them somewhere. Wish I. So if I can ever find them, I'll
That'd be
show
pretty
you.
cool.
Actually, yeah, I actually could draw back then a little bit more than I obviously then can right there. Uh, but
To be fair, you were on the spot. It did take you like 1 minute.
oh yeah, that is even bad. That is bad just even for me, like on like, but on camera. Yeah, I'm using like that. But anyway, so I made Cerebus, the three-headed hound from hell, for Valentine's Day. That's my Valentine's Day one.
Oh,
Like I said, it was like and it was done in red, so it was Cerebus, the hound from hell,
ooh, that's
and which I
sick.
loved. But I was like, I was more into like the photography stuff of it, because
Yeah.
I used to ever watch ever watch Cruel Intentions.
Yes.
Okay, that's all we need to say. Camera, it's an amazing icebreaker, my friends. It was an amazing icebreaker.
Oh, you see that? Yeah.
My life, such as it was, my teenage life, right?
There you go. My so-called teenage life, the sequel to My So-Called Life.
Did you ever watch that show, by the way?
Yes.
Jared Leto and Claire Danes.
Yeah, Darth Sidious, I don't know if he's still here, but Darth Sidious recommended it to me.
That's a good show. I mean, like it's well done. Jared Leto was not even like totally weird back then either. So
no, he was actually a normal person in the sense of, you know, the way he interacted and stuff. Now he seems very kind of like, I won't call him weird, but I would say he's just kind of out of the. Do you know what I mean? Like, it feels like it's out of the realm of. It feels like he's in with the UFOs, basically.
Look, took a block printing class. Oh, yeah, in college, carved out pieces of soft linoleum and printed with that.
Nice.
I would love to have done that. Black wood. We did that. We had in the first semester, we had like art history course, like everybody had to do that. But there was like a free flow art class, and we did.
There you go. Well, look, yeah, exactly.
We did a lot of photography. A touch with the rest of humanity. There you go. Looks just a regular guy, about a $3 million house. Actually, that's you know what? That's pretty considering.
That's quite a cheap house, really, considering someone paid like $400 million.
Like, honestly, like this place here was definitely not $1 million place, but it wasn't cheap. Like, real estate is like just isn't cheap nowadays.
What would have been great if you said the place here wasn't $1 million. It wasn't $2 million. It was 50.
Oh God, I wish. That's it, man. Secretly, guys, behind all this, I'm actually this multi-billionaire guy. Yeah. Once we're off streaming,
you're like the Lex Luthor / Tobin Bell jigsaw of YouTube.
Yeah, like we're off camera, guys. Me and Malcolm are here, like taking out $1,000 bills and smoking them because we're just we're just so rich off camera.
Yeah, like the Tate brothers.
Yeah, get me average house price. God, Toronto. I almost bought a house in Toronto before I moved here. Actually, it was what have had the mortgage.
Fun fact: the house I live in is worth £3 million.
Is it really?
Yeah.
This isn't. No, I'd say pre-thing put in, like, I don't know. I really don't know. Actually, I do have an idea, but like, have you ever watched the movie called Whatever French Women Want?
No, I don't think so.
Let me see. Was that on X Video? Not that I know what X Video is. I'm just assuming there's a site like that has things.
Oh, so he knows.
This is the thing. Most people like what I should have said is Pornhub, which is like the norm, like people to say.
Everybody knows that now, don't they?
Oh, Pornhub. Oh, there you go. It's like that. What's that place? There's like a freaky dating site type thing, and they did a documentary on it. But it wasn't like a regular dating site. It was like this, like a fair dating site. Oh, okay. You know what I'm talking about? Like there's a really good documentary on it.
Yeah, I kind of got an idea of it.
And it got like but it got like hacked. So can you imagine like you're like on that site and like because they were giving it everybody's names. I'm sorry guys, I don't remember the name of it, but there's a documentary about it, which is
do you know when? So how many of these can name? You could Pornhub, right?
Okay.
Ed's Video.
Yeah, I know that one.
Right. J-Hut.
Which one?
J-Hut, with the IZZ in front.
Actually, I did not know that one.
You didn't know that one? Spank Bang.
RedTube.
RedTube, yeah, that's right. Then there's PornTube.
Is there?
XXX Bunker. Pornzog.
Okay, we're going to stop this now because, don't go to these sites, by the way, guys. But if you're younger and you're looking at this stuff, this is not sites to go to. I'll tell you one thing right now that's going to happen. I'm just going into these sites. You're going to get your computer's going to end up getting shut down because here's the thing: malware is real. And like people are like, oh, there's all these sites. Yes, and it's also like what's this? What's this popping up my computer all of a sudden? Why did my computer get so slow? Right? You know what I'm talking about? Like, why did my computer get so slow? I remember I used to like fix people's computers when I was in Newfoundland. I would go to people's houses, stuff fix. And 9 times out of 10, if somebody's computer had slowed down, and I was fixing somebody's computer, I was doing something on someone's computer, there's 1 to 2 things that had happened. They were going to the adult sites, or they were downloading something off of like a really sketchy place.
Yeah,
like one of those 2 things would happen, and that would always like be. And then I'd have to go in, and sometimes it'd be okay because I'd just go in and you'd run like you run virus thing on there and you try and get it out. But other times I'd have to like legit like just bring it back to start, reconfigure everything.
Oh, you mean kind of like restore factory settings kind of thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except I did it at a bank once. Because I used to do
Did you say at a bank?
Yeah, I used to do computers for banks. So basically, but not for that reason. Like normally what I would do is when banks would be setting up like new systems. So I'd go in after hours, and I'd go around to the computers, and you just kind of get the new system set up and get everything done there, and it was good pay. But the thing was like it was usually contracted. In my techie days, I want to stay so much away from techie stuff now. But
now I know why my computer upstairs is so slow and it don't work.
Yeah, so
you know, my dad had 8 computers in 2 years that stopped working.
8 computers in 2 years, all
because of that.
Oh, is it really all because of that?
Seriously, my dad was a serious porn addict. I mean, my dad. This is how bad my dad was, right? He would literally have a scene on and he'd call me and go, look at her getting it, son. Look, oh yeah. And I'd be like, what the?
Like, that's a legit thing. Like, but people like don't like realize, but that is like a legit thing. We're not going to talk about it anymore here because I don't want to get like demonetized. But no, that is like a serious thing. Like, you want to see us talking more uncut and getting more into conversations like this, come on to one of our Patreon live videos where we're a bit wackier. Keeping it real. What's that like the real world show, right? Where it's that 7 people in a house, keeping things real world. Jeez. Do you ever see that show, by the way?
Yeah.
I was not a huge fan. Like, I don't watch a lot of reality stuff. I watched Big Brother and I watched another one, which I'm not going to mention.
You didn't like the Osmonds?
Which one?
The Osmonds.
I watched it a little bit. I mean, I'm a huge like Ozzy fan, like his music, and I think he's got one of like just the most amazing voices, like incredible voice, insanely great voice. So I'd like to see him like Sharon, where's the remote? it was, that's my horrible Ozzy. Like it was hard, man.
It was real to me, damn it.
It's gonna be script for writers. There you go. I mean, like there was like back then it was like Road Rules. I think was another one, right?
Keeping Up with the Eubanks, The Boxing Family.
I did watch one called the Hills.
Oh, I've got that. You know, I've got the whole box set of that.
Oh, do you really?
I loved that show when it aired.
Okay, was that the original or the remake? Because there's two, right? There's Hills and there's
there was Laguna Beach.
Laguna Beach,
and then there was the Hills.
Yeah, because it's Lauren somebody that comes up from Laguna Beach.
Yeah, she comes from. And a quick, interesting fact: The Miz was on Laguna Beach.
He was in the Real World too.
Yeah, and he was reality star before he was a wrestler.
Yeah,
and they made the sequel to The Hills, called The Hills. I think it was Manhattan. It came on MTV recently, like 2 years ago.
Was that any good?
That's sad.
Yeah, they usually do. I mean, like the ones that like Survivor, the ones that like Survivor.
Yeah.
Which
the challenge
randomly had like Blair from Facts of Life on it. I'm not even joking. That's the real thing. Real Wives of, by the way, Warlock, and this is a true thing. This is out of touch and stuff like this. I thought Real Wives was one show, and they just changed the location every year. Well, I didn't know there was a bunch of them. I didn't know it was like a franchise.
There's like 12 of them, isn't there?
Oh, there's a bunch, man. I didn't know that.
Maybe we got vacation with family, I would say. But it
stays just Triple X channels.
Yeah.
As a kid, I remember like the scramble channels from I think I saw something. But no, I didn't watch a lot of reality stuff. I watched Big Brother, and I still watch that every once in a while. Like it's heavily scripted, and like not just the scripted part. They hire people that they know are going to be like problematic.
Yeah, of course. You're going to pick the most idiotic, aren't you, half the time?
Oh, because that's the thing. But
look, Hell's Kitchen with half the people on there.
I still have that that gift. Like, what am I? An idiot sandwich, which is incredible.
Oh, I love that. An idiot sandwich.
Yeah. But no, I was never like a big into that. I did early on when Survivor initially came on. Remember they put it like box sets. I think like in Australia they kept putting them out. But I think in North America we only got a few. But I had like the second season, I think, second or third season. Big Jerry fan, actually. She was cute. Everybody hated her.
What about Joe Smo? Did you ever watch that? No.
I mean, like I know it exists. I know what it was. But I didn't watch a lot of stuff. I tried to watch this show called The Mole, who came on. I think they remade it. But I didn't. I find it hard to get into like a lot of because I find if I watched a couple of those things on Netflix, the newer ones, because they're super short. Like they're like 8 episodes. And I'm like, I can do 8 episodes. Like if I'm really bored, and it's like sometimes you can't watch a movie. Sometimes you just don't have the energy or the attention span. I don't anyway. There's sometimes I'm zoned out.
Have you tried The Traitors?
Which one?
The Traitors.
I watched Love Is Blind.
Oh,
that is.
What about Dating in the Dark?
No. I did not know this was the thing, but I watched Love Is Blind. There's a UK show. I don't know if I can talk about this too much. And it's a UK dating show, and it's God, what's it called? You've definitely seen this. So there's like 6 people, all right, and they're in these like tube type things.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
where they're blind dating, technically talking to each other.
Well,
Love Is Blind.
No, like they're in these like tube things. So the girl comes out or the guy comes out, and they'll ask a question. They'll say something to them. But what will happen? They don't say anything at first. Is the tube will lift up, and they're new. They're totally new.
Oh, nude attraction.
What?
Nude attraction.
Yeah. And it's like, I couldn't believe this was a show. Because, by the way, it's not, guys, this isn't blocked out. This isn't like digitized or anything like that. No, the people are just like naked on the screen. And they can't
did you ever see Keith Chegwin's game show where boy was running around naked?
I don't think so. I like nude attraction.
Channel 5. It was amazing. Nobody remembers this show. But Keith Chegwin, he would have 2 teams. They'd be running around doing all these game shows, basically naked.
I'm surprised that's not nude attraction. I mean,
I love Kitchen Nightmares. Hotel Hell was good as well, Jimmy.
through late at night, like one of those late at night things. Those channels and was just on. Like, is this a really show? Is this an actual show?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Because at the end, like the other person has to like leave the room and go out and take off their clothes and then come back in, and like there's two people left, and they basically she asks like one question, they get to ask her a question.
What annoys me, right, is if I went up to somebody's door, I took my clothes off, and said naked attraction, I'd get arrested.
Unless you're on the show, yeah. Man, we watch the weirdest like you guys in UK, you get some of the weirdest ass shows. Man.
We
You
do.
really do.
Not as much now as we used to, but you know, the 90s and that was amazing for that stuff.
Naked Attraction's a newer show, man. I was like, give it a 2020.
All right, babe. What I'm saying is it's not on regular TV.
What channel is that? Like, it's got to be on BBC's, right? Or on ITV? Maybe was it an ITV show? Maybe.
What one?
Which is the more like edgy? Like, is it
It used
BBC
to
or
be
ITV?
Channel 5.
Is it Channel 5?
It used to be Channel 5 and Channel 4. On normal TV, you know, it was just 5 channels.
Like, as a guy that's come over, like, and like starting to see like some of the channels like from other countries. Like in Australia, they got like Stan, and like it's their big like channel.
Oh, I always wanted to do, you know, Japan. They had a channel on there, and I always wanted to watch it. It was called The Next AVI Model, and basically what happened on there is women were going there and they'd get rated by their body and everything. And whoever lost would basically be having like a sex scene with a guy recorded at the end of the show until, you know, the finish and everything. And that would be them off. I always wanted to watch that. That had 18 seasons in Japan.
18 seasons?
Yes.
You think that would be like something on like one of those like websites or something like that?
You would, but you never find them.
It's a lot of those stuff. Like, I remember when Playboy, like, does Playboy still have a channel?
I don't know. Oh, they must have.
They used to. I mean, like, because they used to have like a whole bunch of like shows that were some were really bad, but there's other things were I thought were utterly fun. But you know what we're gonna do, guys? Tell you what. Here's the thing. If you want to hear us talk about some of these shows, yeah, and talk about like the days of watching the Playboy channel and stuff like that, we'll do that in a video on Patreon.
Yes.
There you go. Down for it.
Yep, I'm for it.
Other things in there, but we'll talk about some stuff and actually tell you a reality show that I almost got on by accident.
Oh,
was on the Playboy channel. I want to hear that story. Patreon, guys.
Patreon all the way. Trust me, you had a lot of things for me tonight, so you're doing even worse over there.
Yeah, like imagine how worse we can get. Like just put it out there. How worse can we get?
Uncensored and uncut.
As always, if you like this, super chat, super sticker, donate, all that jazzy stuff. Get something popping up on the screen for you. But above all, hit that like button, subscribe, all that cool stuff. Share it. Let people know that you're watching the cool channels. And when you do subscribe, when you do like it, they're like, hey, you're watching Aaron and Malcolm like talk about a topic for 20 minutes, and then Lord knows what else for an hour afterwards. So always the thing to do. Like, I came on here literally. If you watched from the beginning, I'm dressed like Columbo at the beginning of this episode. I go all out, guys. I really do.
Go from dressed to Columbo to drinking Coke to looking high as a kite.
Nice, guys. I was like, that's it. Is that my look, high as a kite?
Yeah, you look like you look like, do you look like a film noir detective who's kind of like had too much to drink, you know, when they're at the end and they're like, oh yeah, you know.
Oh, man, if you're in this heat, I'm like, and there's like literally, we have like
and drawing joints.
Well, we got like air conditioning on, and it is doing nothing for me tonight, guys. It is doing nothing for me.
So that's what happens when you dress up for a stream.
Here's the thing. You know what's been bugging me for a while?
Wow.
I'm gonna mention to you guys now. So there's all these Columbo sets, right?
Yeah.
So this is Columbo. This is season 6 and 7, right? So it's not like the streamline. Okay.
Oh, he's gonna complain about the cases.
Something. Season 5. Okay. season 4. Complete 3rd season. But then we get to season 2. And there's these blue cases. Like all the rest of them are white and this white. And this is like it's outside, it's white and stuff. What? Like, were they going to do like originally? Okay, we're going to do different colors for each of these.
What I want to know is this: you did it in the wrong order.
Oh no, I purposely did that because it was the 2nd season, see? So I wanted to go back. And
Okay.
But yeah, I'm like, great show by the way. 2nd season amazing. Which one is good? I totally feel
That's
like
a bit lazy. They use the same picture.
Remember the episode with Leonard Nimoy?
Yes.
One of my favorites. Because he's
so
good.
You know my favourite episode is where the woman thinks she's poisoned him.
What season's that? Because another
you know where he pretends he's poisoned.
Yeah. That's the later season.
I remember. My mum watched Columbo all the time, so I remember the episodes, but not the names or seasons. But I remember that, and I just remember him being like, and then her going, yes, and all this, and him like, and then going, you're next, basically.
Yeah. So, what I thought, my favorite episode of Columbo, of the latter season of Columbo. So I was a big, like everybody knows, I'm a big soap opera fan. I watched a lot of soap opera stuff when I was a kid. So there's an episode that had like a bunch of like soap actors in it, like Ian McKellen and Deidre Hall, from Days of Our Lives. And they own a magazine together. Like they're running this like kind of like men's magazine. And he's sort of like the face behind it. Like Deidre Hall's like she's the money, she's the talent. And they're basically she's gonna be taking them out. She's gonna be like getting rid of them. And so she disappears. And nobody can find her. And Columbo sure he killed her. He is certain that Ian killed her, right?
Yeah.
So almost the entire episode, like Columbo's like trying to that's one more thing, get him type of thing. And it gets to near the end of the episode. And when it does, she comes back. She's alive. So see what's happened. And here's a giveaway for an old episode of Columbo. Trust me, Columbo, you'll watch it anyway because it's not about who did it, it's about how it's done. He purposely made Columbo think that she was dead and think that he was guilty so that she comes back and then he kills her. And he does. He kills her. But Columbo comes back again. And the thing is, she has this like, I'm not sure it's a watch or like a pager. And Columbo calls it, and she is in the like her body's like hidden in the closet, and we hear the pager goes off. And
that was a bit sloppy, wasn't it?
it was a good episode back then. It was like one of the last season ones. I'm trying to remember the season. It was really good episode.
Yeah.
Because some of the later ones could be a bit like sloppily written. Like it was.
Yeah.
There's one like Columbo goes to college, and it's not one of my favorite episodes.
Is that when he goes? Hold on, Columbo goes to college. So is this where he re-enrolls and gets with the party nerds?
It's the one where he basically there's it has to do with the vehicle. It all has to do with it's on the vehicle. More like weight cases became available for them during production. Yeah, more than likely, man. But no, we're at season 4. I recommend Columbo to anybody. It's a fantastic thing. 100%. Like I'm gonna say right now, like if nothing else that I find it through here, I found out that I am going to like completely buy the Columbo set. Like that's definitely made up my mind for me.
I still think they should have had 7 cases.
that's bothering you.
It does, because it's like, why you have 5 cases for 7 services? It annoys me.
Well, like you said, it goes like 5 plus 4. It goes into.
Yeah, but they've got numbers on them. That's the annoying part. If they didn't, I'd be fine.
But I think what I think the big thing out of this is the Ilsa set, like 4K set tonight. And like we talked about, like Cemetery Man, 4K and stuff, that's fantastic. But for me, like once that Ilsa set was announced, that just took over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the Severin announcements were fantastic. That's what Mag's like Corona. I would prefer a Corona set because I like myself a nice Corona with some lime, man. But no,
I'll be honest. I think the Ilsa set's the best announcement.
Well, 100. Like,
I think they're wrong. Columbo's fantastic, and I'm happy that's coming out on Blu-ray. But for me, Ilsa, because it's never been on Blu-ray other than I think in Germany, and that was without subtitles.
I wasn't even like, I don't think it was a great release, but like, it's all 4 films. It's 4K.
Yeah.
Like, if somebody told you tomorrow that the Ilsa set was coming, you didn't know this, you would automatically assume this is a Blu-ray or DVD set, right? Like, if
I laughed and yeah, all right.
Nobody would think, oh, Ilsa's coming in 4K. Like, you wouldn't say that. Like, and you definitely wouldn't say, oh, it's coming in 4K from Kino.
No. If someone said, oh, it's coming out through Severin or, one of these lower labels, like Ever 444 or something, I'd have probably gone, okay, I kind of believe it when I see it,
But Kino, it's coming. Now, do you think we're going to get some commentaries at this one? Like, and who do you think we'll get?
Kim Newman.
You think Kim Newman? It'd be nice. I'd say Kim Newman, maybe Sam Deegan. She's worked with
maybe Stephen Thorpe because one's Jess Franco, isn't it?
He does. I say we'll get an interview with Stephen Thorpe, but not so much commentary. Maybe Kat Ellinger, because I think she has.
Yeah, she's the big kahuna when it comes to that stuff now, isn't she, for those companies? So she might do.
Well, Kat and Sam used to work together on a podcast called Daughters of Darkness. I don't think they do it anymore. But it was really. Have you ever listened to it?
Yeah, ages ago.
Yeah, like it was, it didn't come out for like years, and then came out with 2 or 3 episodes. But they're both of them, I think, commentary. I just got super busy. But I will always, anytime I see a Sam Deegan or Kat Ellinger commentary,
you get excited.
I'll buy something that I'll blind buy something if I know the commentaries.
Yeah. I remember listening to on All the Colors of Jello, on the Crimmy trailer thing.
So good.
Yeah. I actually felt sorry for her on it because I was like, she ain't getting enough time to talk about these movies, is she?
Yeah, no, I mean, you got to be really quick because it's only like trailer, right? Then you're going on. But it made you want to like, oh man, put up more of these movies. I want to hear like actual like commentaries on it. And I do. I love a good commentary. I would love to do a commentary. I have to like one focus myself because I can imagine like for me it'd be like, oh look, see something random on the screen for like 3 seconds, and then I got to talk about it for 10 minutes. Oh look, something shiny. I'm like a kid, like you put keys in front of a kid.
Be like this. Oh, you see that iron there in the corner? I had one of them when I was a kid. This happened. Yeah.
But it's like Warlock Story, we have been spoiled. We've definitely been spoiled for choice. This is a golden time for collecting.
It is.
It truly.
I tell you, this year especially has been phenomenal.
Well, we got the Black Emmanuel set. Insanely good. We got so much coming out. Like Terror Vision called Shock came out, did their own thing.
We've got that Peter Cushing set.
Amazing stuff, which looks incredible.
Men Under the Sun.
Radiance coming out with more stuff. We got like the imprints putting out those carry-on sets.
I've got that one. I ordered it. The third one.
And we've got like there's just so much. Like every it seems like every day there's something else coming out. If you're a fan of like modern horror, like that Talk to Me thing from Umbrella, with the hand, resin hand, it's amazing, but it's hard to keep up with. It's like especially for me. It's hard to keep up with, and
it's absolutely mental when you think so many films that we've all wanted for years come out this year or been announced.
Oh, 100%. And we talked about I've been collecting the comics and stuff like that, and I've got you into it a bit, which I'm sure your wife is super thrilled with.
Oh, well, that's one I need to tell you, actually. Earlier, she let me buy 15 omnibuses off of Amazon.
Are you serious? Like pre-orders or buy?
On Amazon.
Did you pre-order or did you buy like new?
Buy 'em. I bought them.
Oh wow.
I bought Batman and Superman Volume 1 and 2. I bought Green Arrow Longbow Volume 1.
Longbow Hunters. That's really good. That's a thick one.
Longbow Hunters, yeah. I picked up Spider-Man 2099. I picked up a couple of Wonder Woman ones and that. And I picked up some smaller ones that were, on the sale.
Did you get the George Perez? Is it George Perez Wonder Woman or?
Greg Rucka.
Oh, Greg Rucka's got a good run. So it's a new 52 run for Wonder Woman. I'm trying to think which Superman Batman ones you got. But there's some really good stuff. Keep an eye every once in a while. You live in the UK, so Zavi, rare, but every once in a while, Zavi will put on an omnibus for like $10 or $15.
Oh,
so
okay.
I bought like Chris Claremont Marvel Universe, like a bunch of Chris Claremont stuff, and I bought Thor Hero Returns Volume 2 because I'm a huge Dan Jurgens fan.
Sure.
For under $10 each.
That's not bad. Oh, and I bought the first one with Teenage Ninja Mutant Turtles. Those IDW ones?
They're really good. They're really well done.
What's annoying is the second one is out of print here, but the other 13 aren't.
Hopefully they'll come back in. Look, keep an eye on for those that don't know, there's Dark Horse does a lot of library edition stuff, and they're the same size as as like Absolutes. So you get some really good stuff there, like Black Hammer, like the hardcover, like the Black Hammer stuff is really good. Jeff Lemire, and they put it the Madman ones with Mike Allard. Again, it's just some incredible artwork with stuff like that. But you're a big DC fan, so you work with with DC.
Yeah.
Like you work with DC.
I do work with DC. I'm
like
actually the main writer.
What do you put it? What should we put it next, Mo? But no, I this year has been like a DC time for me when it's come to collecting. Like we've chatted on this. I picked up the Kyle Rayner. I pre-ordered the compendium for that because got to have my.
I think I pre-ordered that. I pre-ordered it after I spoke to you.
The Refrigerator Girl Electro.
Yeah,
they got so much hate for that, man. They did oh god, I can't believe they created a character to chop her up type thing. Well, it's the 90s. They were just like super edgy like that.
What do you expect?
We expect the 90s. This is what they do.
Yeah.
Evil Ernie and Lady Death. I remember Evil Ernie and Lady Death. Actually, Lady Death was sexy as heck. Lady Death from Purgatory with the eye. Remember?
Give me 1 second. I've got a message. Just 1 second.
I said his books have all come in at one time. He's got to carry 15 omnibuses in the house. I can't when I'm doing videos, right? For when I'm doing color comic videos for omnibuses, I remember being in North Sydney, and my books were upstairs. All my books were upstairs. So I was making a video, like a top 10 omnibus video list, and my dumbass says, "Hey, guess what? I can take 10 omnibuses at the same time and bring them downstairs." Yeah, that's what I did, man. So North Sydney, I'm going to make a top 10 omnibus list. I'm thinking, I'll just take all these 10 omnibuses down at once. Yeah, that didn't work. My back was,
I tell you, I lifted up that Batman Robin one because my wife picked it up, and I was like, what the hell? It's as heavy as.
Yeah. So it's a Peter J. Tomasi one, right? That's a really good run.
Yeah.
It is a Golden Girls, like superheroes. Let's just see right there, all 4 of them.
That long. Hey, look, there you go. Say, so I love that. I wish that existed in a comic book franchise.
Let me show you something really cool, real quick. I got to meet Neil Adams at my first convention.
Oh, we're on the move.
And so when I did, here we go. I got some Neil Adams artwork.
Oh, that's lovely.
Like Conan and Tarzan. Because I'm massive fans of. I used to read a lot of Conan. I still do. And I read a lot of the Tarzan and what's his son, Korak, right? I read some of that stuff as well.
It's the Golden Girls.
But no, we have like stuff all over here. Like there's upstairs. There's a whole bunch of like pictures with us with like different people that we met at conventions and stuff. And there's one over there with me and my better half and Bruce Campbell and Kane Hodder.
Nice.
And of course, Robert England.
That's incredible.
It was fun because I was on one side with Robert England, and he's got the Freddy clowns like this. And I'm like, and he's on the other side, and Kane Hodder's there. And Kane Hodder does a choke. Like he's famous for like when you get a picture of him, he does a choke, but he chokes a bit. And she's like, got this like almost terrified look on her face, right? And it's real because she's like, holy shit, he's choking me hard. But his thing is like, if you're going to come in and pay the money to come see me, I might as well give you money's worth type thing. So that's what he's choking himself at.
Those gloves he wears, eh?
Yeah, because they like he did like early on, like he was we actually seen the documentary or we heard him talk. Then he early on he did like a stunt.
Are you talking about Kano to Hellenbach?
Yeah, Hellenbach was good. But basically, so he did a stunt where he catches himself on fire because he did it for like newspaper, kind of like a stunt man type thing, and it went wrong. So it's insane to think that this guy still does fire stunts because if I did something and something massively wrong happened, like I'm not even sure about having this glass table now because my.
Well, I think that's what they're called stuntmen because they understand the risk.
I gotta ask you, did you crazy stuff like that when you were a kid? Because I totally did. Like I was always doing stuff like this, like throwing yourself downstairs.
Yes.
Something. Yeah. It's got to be.
When I was a kid, I'll give you. When I was a kid, I was jumping down on the bed with my cousin, right? And we were 8 months difference in our age. And he kicked me off the bed once, and I landed back first. I kid you not, on the pedal of an exercise bike.
Oh.
Right, and I could not walk properly for 8 months.
For 8 months?
Yeah, I was a kid at the time. So about 9 months later, he came round to my grandma's because he used to come down for a thing. And we were at the top of the stairs. And he said to me, "Are you angry with me?" And I said, "No." And I basically Sparta kicked him down the stairs. And he was like on the floor, like, "Oh." And I went, "You like that?" Right, and I was like, "Yeah, I got my revenge." But yeah, we used to do it all the time.
I remember. There's a jumping on the bed story for you. I was in Ontario, and so my sister and my cousin were like just like tiny, right? Yeah. So I'm jumping on the bed, jumping them down, like whatever. So my mom calls out, I think Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman's coming on at the time, right? Yeah. So I'm like, she's like, Wonder Woman's coming on. So I jump off the bed, not realizing my little cousin, who's not up to bedside yet, is right there.
Oh no! So
head like whacks me right between piss and blood for like 2 weeks.
Oh.
Like she was okay, luckily, but oh my god, I was not. I was like freaking out because I'd hurt, but like wasn't until the next went to the washroom when I was like, am I dying? What's going on here? Jumped off a swing. You were 10 years old, broke both your wrists and nose. Second to last day of school. Oh man, that sucks.
That's painful.
Yeah, no, I'm surprised I didn't like get more bruises and stuff like that because I did gymnastics and stuff when I was in school, and I was really one of those kids that just like, hey, let's do cartwheels on the roof.
Oh god.
Yeah, that was me. Let's do what you call parkour now.
Yeah.
Well, but there was no name for it back then, right? We just.
I think it was. It's parkour now, but back then it was called living hardcore.
I think it was being an idiot, like just doing dumb stuff that like should get you. Oh, look, Aaron's gonna probably break his neck. Surprisingly, I did.
When I was younger, I did jiu-jitsu, and I remember we were told we were supposed to be doing like an exhibition, Yeah. And we were all lined up, and I jumped off my knees, right, landed on the other kid, and broke his arm.
Poor kid.
Yeah. With the mouth.
Here to tell you how dedicated I am to the martial arts, right? Okay, you ready for this? So martial arts. Like the guy came to our school, and he's like, come in. Like the first class is free, and do this and right. So I'm like, oh, perfect. And I'm like, I'm not learning any kick-ass martial arts here. I'm like doing some like push-ups on my, my fists and just some random stuff. This is super boring. I didn't go. I didn't go back. I was not committed.
You didn't go back?
I didn't go back. No, my friend Jamie would do it. So, and with the kata, right? You do like the kata. So Jamie would like practice in his yard, like he practice his kata in the yard. So when Jamie would practice, I'd practice with him. So I could get some of the benefits of the class.
It's funny you say that. When I was in jiu-jitsu, my dad used to actually sit and watch, and at the end of it, he'd grab hold of me and put me in like the arm locks and stuff, and go, "Oh, so I know how to do it now."
Oh, Entertainment Hell asked what was announced. Well, I'll just show you real quickly, man. We got the announcement for the Columbo box set, which is absolutely stunning. We got the announcement here for one that I'm very excited about, which is a 4K Ilsa set. All 4 Ilsa movies are coming out on 4K. Spider's Labyrinth was announced from Severin Films, as was a 4K edition of Cemetery Man. And we got an announcement that Challenge of the Tiger is going to be in their Many Clones of Bruce Lee box set, which lets us know that there's a Many Clones of Bruce Lee box set confirmed. And also that there is a 70s Spanish horror documentary coming out called Exorcismo. And there's a couple others that I don't quite remember right now. That's the truth.
It's quite exciting.
It's an exciting time. I'm excited about the Ilsa one. I'm going to buy the Columbo one because I'm like, I just one more thing.
I can't get enough of Columbo. That's a good point. Your first book is talking about stretching pain. That's true.
Yeah. But I'm like, Cemetery Manuscripts. I need to be excited with Cemetery Man. 4K too, man. So it's going to be incredible. It's going to be expensive. Like Severin, it's going to be pricey, man.
To be fair, that film's needed a proper restoration for a long time.
It does. I mean, like it's like 4 Flies. I've got the Shameless like Blu-ray of 4 Flies.
And if that looks anything like the 4K Severin, then it's going to be amazing.
You got the 4K of 4 Flies, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I've got it. It hasn't come yet though, because it's in the thing. They let me order it, didn't they?
I don't have it.
So I'm waiting for it.
I don't have it. I'm not that rich. I don't have.
Oh, it's even upsetting. Look, you got tears of joy.
Tears of joy. That's it. That's what it is. Joy tears. Joy tears. That's what we call them.
Package right 2024.
If I have the money, when I get to Canada, it's going to be like supermarket friggin' sweepstakes. So that's what it's going to be like.
Send me all the pictures of the store when you're in there.
Oh, definitely. I'm going to be sending pictures, man. I'm going to be. You're going to get too many pictures. Like, what the hell? God damn it. What's this 37 pictures coming on my...
This is going to be the moment where you're like, I can do what he's done to me now.
But that's the killer. But like, I'm going to be going to like Sunrise. There's 2 comic shops.
Oh, boy.
One close to my mom's that carries a lot of omnibuses and out-of-print stuff. Yeah. Like,
talk about comic shops. Sorry to cut you in there.
Go for it.
So I went to the comic shop in my area for the first time today.
Nice.
Right. And I walked in there and they had 10 comics.
10 comics.
They had 10 comics and all the rest was Funkos, trading cards, board games, nothing. And they're actually called a expert comic shop. Are
you shooting to an EV Games or GameStop?
No. And what was crazy was HMV had more comics in it than they did.
There's 2 really good comic shops in my area. And you know what kills me, Malcolm? Like, I was just starting to buy on myself. I just didn't know much about it at the time. So I go there. They're having like a sale on like gift certificates. So I had a bit of money on me at the time. So for $750, you could get $1,000 gift certificate, which I think was a massive deal. So I bought it right away.
You got an extra 250.
Extra 250. So that's like 2 extra omnibuses at least, like for a real price. So I bought a $1,000 one, and I ended up buying like, I think it was like for $200. You could like a $300 one. Like it went up in increments. So I bought a $1,000 one, about a 200, which was $1,300. And I'm buying stuff there. I'm getting like a lot of the newer stuff, like Spider-Gwen and like some of the Spider-Man stuff and like a bunch of stuff like that. But right there, and you're gonna kick me for this, really. There's the Punisher and Punisher Max, the Garth Ennis stuff, right there. You know, it's not easy to find, by the way. Some of the stuff's at a print, by the way, I guess, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Thorber Walt Simonson's there, it was at print at the time, and there's this whole area was, and I didn't know, like I had no idea it was print or out of print or how long things went. I didn't know things went in print for 10 years.
Yeah,
I had no idea. So I was like, oh damn it, because I came back and I had like a whole bunch. I'm like, okay, when I go back there, I'm going to buy it for sure. So I go back, and like around 6 months later, I walk in, I'm ready. I got like around, I got at least around like $1,200 or $1,400 I'm going to spend. The earlier days, guys, fun days. And I'm going in there, and none of them are there. Like none of them are there. I'm like, damn it! I'm like,
it's painful.
Yeah, like I was like, I went right over to them. I'm like, did they move them? So I look everywhere. And then I go to pick up this Absolute. You know, amazing the Absolutes look. And it's like a Green Arrow, Green Lantern Absolute.
Oh, yeah.
Stunning. Because wonderful time for a comic reader. And this guy picks it up before me, just before I do.
Oh, no.
And he buys it. Walks out. I'm like, I want to go out and mug the son of a... I'm like, come on. You gotta leave the store sometime, dude. But no, I ended up like buying a bunch of other stuff. But it was like, I was so like not happy. But no, I got a few that are waiting for me in Canada. A couple of waiting in Canada right now.
Just a couple.
Yeah, well, actually, just a couple right now because I got stuff on pre-order. I will have a few like by the time I come back. But I had like, remember? Did you know Marvel does like a year on this thing? So 1961, 1962, 1963.
No.
So basically, like 1961 is like when Fantastic Four came out.
Yeah.
And so what they decided to do was make an omnibus that has every release comic for that month that Fantastic Four came out. So if it was a Western comic, it was made of the freaking model, all of them in that omnibus. 1961, like if it's a Spence like one. So normally they're like more expensive because it's called restoration tax, right? Like they cost more because they're older comics to do.
Yeah.
But there's the shop in Ontario has like really cheap omnibuses sometimes, and so I ordered from there and ordered that one for like $29, which is a great price.
That's a good price.
And I got another one for the same price, X-Men, because I got the original X-Men, like Stanley, like
yeah.
Like Stanley leaves the X-Men pretty soon because it's not working. But Roy Thomas comes in and writes the last of it, and they do like solo stories and that. So and it's the one I needed because I had all the Uncanny stuff. But I ordered that too for $29. So those two are waiting for me.
Not bad. I'm thinking about collecting the Amazing Spider-Man from the beginning because they're releasing the omnibuses again.
It's really good. I mean, like the first, it is insane how good, like Malcolm, the Amazing Spider-Man is right from the beginning. And like all these characters, like the same characters, like for the longest time, like you've got all these characters and like, because they did so well early on, like they're just being done over and over again. And I recommend this, by the way, if you ever get this money at a good price, Roger Stern Spider-Man.
Okay.
Because Roger Stern came on to started doing Spectacular, right? So Spectacular was like the B title, but you could do what you wanted to in Spectacular, as it didn't change too much in the main title. So Roger Stern decided, okay, I'm going to introduce a lot of characters, kind of just do my own thing, but I'm not going to use too many like of the villains that you normally see. So the Vulture was only.
It's what you want because it gets tedious.
Yeah, because there was no Doc Ock, there was none of this other stuff. No, he introduced them. He did secondary villains, like just built the character part of the story. So it was interesting to read. So he did well enough on there that he got an Amazing Spider-Man. And what happened when he got to Amazing Spider-Man? He said, I want to create a villain that can stand the test of time. I want to create my own villain that's going to be iconic. So Roger Stern created the Hobgoblin, and his idea was to have the Hobgoblin like shrouded in mystery, and like it would go one issue over the Green Goblin storyline, and then it would say who the Hobgoblin was. And then then the editor changed just before, so he ended up quitting right before.
Oh,
But it is an amazing run. It has some of the best stories, and includes one which is a backstory called "The Kid Who Collected Spider-Man." Anybody who knows Spider-Man or knows like the character will know this story.
what was the guy's name again?
Roger Stern.
Roger Stern, yeah.
Stern. So The Kid Who Collected Spider-Man is a short story, guys. And here's the thing. Basically, there's this kid that's in the hospital. And he wants to, and he's a big Spider-Man fan. So Spider-Man comes to the hospital, and he kind of takes him he swings with him and talks to him.
Yeah.
And he takes off his mask. And he says, "Hi." He says, "I'm Peter Parker. I became Spider-Man when I was 15. and he talks to him. And he talks to him, and then because when he comes back again, the hospital bed is empty. The kid was terminal. And it is a really, really one of the best like short like Spider-Man stories out there. Did you find it under the Roger Stern one?
Yeah, I found it.
It's massive. Let me show you how massive it is, because it's one of the big ones.
God, 976 and 998. Ooh.
So I got the alternate cover because this was given out as a kid.
Oh, yeah, that's the nice one.
So this is the Hobgoblin one.
On here it says that goes for $400.
Should not be.
It's lovely, isn't it?
It'll come. This one will come back in print. Don't worry. It's massive. So initially, by the way, guys, when you're collecting omnibuses, this is how they would come out. So there would be this really big like printing on the side of the cover, on the spine, and you get like a picture or something like that, right? But modern day Marvel omnibuses are done like this.
Yeah.
So this is made Spider-Man Volume 1. So it's smaller.
Let me see that front.
Picture.
Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it?
Alex Ross, man.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the first 38 issues plus the first 2 annuals. Amazing Fantasy 15, Strange Tales Annual 2, and of course Fantastic Four Annual 1. Because
it's phenomenal.
And when you think of the characters like that came into it at that time, like so issue 2, you get the Vulture, then you get Doc Ock, the Sandman, you get like
Electro?
the Lizard. Oh, Electro's in here. Electro, the Enforcers, Mysterio, Kraven the Hunter.
Wow.
Just like the Green Goblin, the Scorpion, the Spider Slayer, the original Spider Slayer. Like all these characters, all those classic
it's all in just those first comics.
It's amazing to think that they did that. And it gets even better.
That's 120 quid.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I actually got that one at a really good price. I'm not going to lie. Volume 2 is when it, for me, like this starts the classic stuff. But Volume 2, like this is Stan Lee, Steve Ditko. But Stan Lee and Steve Ditko had an infamous fight. And the thing was that it was over the identity of the Green Goblin. So Stan Lee said, it's got to be Norman Osborn. This is what it's going to be. It makes sense for it to be someone in his life. Steve Ditko was like, no, I want it to be somebody that nobody knows. They're just a random person. And like Stan was like, no, that doesn't make any sense. Well, that's it. I quit. And I was like, okay. So John Romita, like senior, comes on. and it's Norman Osborn. And John Romita Sr. is such a good artist, so underrated. So Volume 2 is so good. Like, it's
Yeah.
so good.
There's 5 so far.
Yeah, I got 1, 2, and 5. I don't have 3. I don't have 4 yet.
How could you get 5 before 3 and 4?
Basically, it was like 3 was out of print and 4 was out of print at the time. So I got 1, 2, and I got 5. They come back in print. Usually, like stuff like Spider-Man, stuff they tend to be evergreen, where they come back in print a lot. But and that, and you'll find them in stores for cheaper.
Sure, yeah.
But I definitely recommend some of that stuff. I picked up. I'm a big fan of the Clone Saga. Not everybody is, so I picked up like the Ben Reilly stuff. Some of the Ben Reilly ones. I went to get the rest. We got a lot of talk with Severin on here. Bay Street Video had a sale apparently. I wish I was there, man. Where you would actually get movies and not like Funkos. Got an account at Severin's website. He buys all his Severins from Amazon. There you go. I did that until he screwed me over. What?
They come to slips as well when they come from Amazon.
Where's the thing? I used to order Severins from Amazon all the time until the Blood Island set. I was one of the first damn people on Amazon order the Blood Island set. And a lot of people, I got my Blood Island set from Amazon. I got my Blood Island set from Amazon. Well, I got my Blood Island set canceled from Amazon. So when the Hemisphere Horror set came out, I was like, not taking that chance again, man. Because we love that like cheesy, like kind of horror stuff. Something like in our house we watch a lot. We love the Earl Santos stuff and like that, the kind of cheesy fun stuff. But there you go. I guess we've talked about everything tonight again, man.
I guess we have.
From like stuff we probably shouldn't have talked about, to slip covers, to announcements. Blood on so amazing. Don't go doing that, Will. I don't go doing that to me. To Columbo, watch my code at the beginning of the movie. To Spider-Man, who does whatever a spider can.
Hey!
Just got the disc interview. Just this interview with the guy from Fun City the other day. I got to watch that. Actually, I got that put in my queue actually to watch tonight. If you're not watching Brian's like just of this stuff over on his channel, I'm going to tell you right now, you're missing out. Like quality stuff, like just all the time.
Yeah.
I want to thank you, Malcolm, for coming in again. I want to get you on for us to do a Patreon video in the near future.
Go.
Patreon After Dark.
Patreon After Dark.
Your wife has taste, man. I am Aaron. This over here.
Hey, Malcolm.
Hey. Thank you guys so much for coming in tonight. Thank you for joining us for this crazy fun time that we had, and we will see you next time.
We will.
Called Cinema.
Bye, guys.